if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Let's freaking go! Thank you. Thank you very much. Holy crap. Welcome everyone to the Peti Kish on Live. I think this is episode 43. I'm trying to keep count. But thank you for everyone for coming to the show. I'm back with another weekly topics of weekly topics of the week, I guess. We got a lot to talk about, guys. Straight up, I was looking through this weekend, and I was looking through all the things, and I was like, holy shit, there is a lot here. I don't know. I feel like what I've been doing, guys, recently, I've been busy myself in general. Live stuff, you know. Everything in general. I'm busy myself. I'm trying to make time to do more streams, more videos, all sorts of things like that. Just letting you guys know. Straight up, that's what's happening. Very busy with different things in the background, as well as I'm preparing myself for Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which I will be talking about a little bit today. Maybe I'll start with that actually before we do that. But we're going to talk about God of War. There's a lot of info dump that happened with God of War. A lot of people, the positive and the negative of God of War is happening. The conversation is happening with God of War. We're going to be talking about a lot of that. We also have the Mandalorian and Grogu or GooGooGaga. The Mando and GooGooGaga movie coming out. We're going to check that out as well for Star Wars, because Star Wars has been really bad recently. And let's see if this could actually bring it back. Probably not. But it was probably the better things that did come out of Disney Star Wars when the shows launched at Disney Plus. But whatever. We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about Bluepoint Games Studio shutting down. PlayStation, Sony shut them down recently. So that is a big... some people are saying hell yeah, and then some people are saying no, because there's reasons why. I'm kind of in between. I'm not against Bluepoint at all. I thought they made some really good banger ports and remasters, remakes. Some kind of not so good. So it was hit or miss with Bluepoint. But I don't think they deserve to be shut down completely. I think, but who knows? We'll talk about that. We're talking about... I'm trying to remember what the other thing was. Holy shit, dude. I'm like out of it at the moment. Highguard. Yes, Highguard. So a lot of people were trying to say Highguard is DOA. Well, it's still here, but it's not doing so hot. So we're going to look into that as well. Those are going to be the big topics. We're going to have some quick topics as well in between and all that. So, yeah. If you guys want to check out, because I've just done... Let me go on it real quick and show you guys. But before I show anything, guys, you already know the drill. Like the stream and sub if you're new here. I'd appreciate it so much, guys. I've been constantly on the same mark for months on end, guys. We gotta boost this channel up. I know I've been slacking myself in the department with videos, but I've been streaming, so there's that too. So boost this channel up, guys, for the algorithm. It really does help. Please, please, please. I appreciate it very much. Very, very much. Okay. Let me try to find it, because I just did a review for one of these movies on Criticless, and I want you guys to check it out, because it's a brand new movie. that came out like in January. So it's a newer movie. Let me show you guys here. All right, there you go. There you go, guys. Return to Silent Hill. So I put my review for Return to Silent Hill on Criticless. If you're not following me on Criticless, what are you doing, guys? You better be following me on Criticless. That's where I'm doing the brand new movie reviews, TV show reviews on there. So you better check me out there. Maybe one day, Blaine himself, the lead on Criticless, will put gaming on there, because I've been pushing Criticless for a while, guys. I want, all the support for Criticless as much as I can. I'd really appreciate you guys also helping out, checking out. There's a bunch of reviews on there. Everyone has their own point of view of what is a movie, if it's good or bad, So Return to Silent Hill was actually a bad one. It was so bad that this is my review. I already have 2 likes on it at the moment. So let me click on this. Can I click on my review? Yeah, there it is. I'm the first review on this new one recently. So I gave it a 19%. Horrendous. It's really bad, guys. It's so bad. I don't know if it's bad as Revelations, but it might be up there. As well as if you want to connect other franchise horror game tie-ins like Resident Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City, it's that bad, guys. Return to Silent Hill is absolutely atrocious. It's one of the movies that I will not watch again for sure. I wish I did not watch this. I saw reviews of how bad it was, but I was like, it's no way that bad. There's no way this is that bad. Good thing I didn't watch this, in the movie theaters. Just saying, I found out another way online to find it, because I would not waste any money to watch this movie. This movie was absolutely trash. I even said in the review, I wish I did not watch this, because this wasted my time. This movie was absolutely trash. So I would not tell anyone to really watch this movie. Even if you're a Silent Hill 2 fan, I would say stay away from this movie. It's not good. I don't know what happened, because I enjoyed Silent Hill 1 because it's the same director who did the first movie. I enjoyed that one. I thought it was okay. It was fine. It wasn't perfect by any chance, but it was fine. This one is not fine at all. This one's like, I've seen better fan films on YouTube or even AI generated movies than this. Those are better than this movie. Straight up. I would not recommend this. The only positive thing, you could read my review if you want. I put all my things on there. That this movie, the positive thing, everything sucks about this movie. The only positive thing is they got some of the atmosphere pretty good, and some of the practical effects are pretty well done here and there, but the CGI is god-awful. It's horrible, the CGI, too. But the practical is all right at some points. Now, the atmosphere, they got right. Some of the places, they got right. But it still looks like a low-budget movie, even though they've had a pretty decent budget on it. It wasn't high, but it was pretty decent enough where they can do something with Silent Hill with this to make it still Silent Hill. But I think the best part about this movie must be the music, because the original, I don't know what the name of the composer is, but it's the composer who did the original soundtrack for Silent Hill 2, the game. He came back and did a remix of some of the songs. And some of the songs are really good in this too. So that is probably the positive. Everything else, the casting to acting to writing and retconning things from the games, it's just all over the place. It was just not a good movie. Even if you're not even a Silent Hill fan, if you don't even care about Silent Hill and you just want to see a horror flick, I would even stand away from this movie. I would not want to watch this movie at all. Even if you're If you're a fan of Silent Hill, don't watch it. If you're not a fan of Silent Hill and just want to see a horror flick, it's still not good a horror flick. Straight up. It's not good. I've seen better fan films than this. Straight up. Straight up. So I just want to let you guys know that I have more movies on here that you can check out. I review. And this one was not good. So first one, this is not the first one I did in the year, but the first one of the year, but this one was not good. I'll be doing other reviews too this year, of course. There's so much movies coming out. We got so much like gaming tie-in movies that could suck, and some might actually be pretty decent. Some might actually be good. Who knows? Not perfect. I'm not thinking they're going to be perfect. Most of the time it's not, but we'll see. So yeah, I wanted to bring that up real quick with Criticless. Definitely check me out there on Criticless reviews. All right, now let's go to the next topic. We got some breaking news, guys. Breaking news by my bad, guys. Breaking news by Capcom. Just got posted. So let's see what happened. This is breaking news. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. So here we go. Pirate Nation reposted Resident Evil official accounts statement about the whole game leaked. They should launch the game early. Everyone's getting spoiled. So if you haven't been online, I would highly recommend I'm not going to be spoiling anything about Resident Evil Requiem, guys. Calm down. I'm not going to. I've seen the spoilers. I've seen the leaks. I had to because it was everywhere. I would stand away. I would highly not go into the Resident Evil community at the moment and look at anything, because on Reddit to Twitter /X, whatever, Instagram, even YouTube, I would stay away from anything Resident Evil if you're going to be picking up this game, because huge spoilers have been leaked online. They are straight up the spoilers. It's not AI. It's not BS. It's actually fact. It's true. And even Resident Evil, we're going to be reading this, they have a message for people because they fucked up. They straight up fucked up with this. And it's not looking too good. I've seen it. And all I have to say is, without any spoilers, I think it's really hard without spoiling. And I won't be spoiling because there is a lot there. And it's only story, too. It's story stuff, which is retarded, because I wish it was also gameplay they showed, but it's mostly just story stuff, textual things. Some gameplay is shown, but barely. I think it's going to split a lot of the Resident Evil community. You're going to like it or you're going to hate it. I don't think there's going to be an in middle. It's very rare if you're in the middle. Because right now I feel conflicted. I kind of don't like things in there, and then stuff in there I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. That's fun. I'm fine with that, you know? But I feel very conflicted at the moment with this. And I think this might split a lot of the community, especially with the Resident Evil community. The Resident Evil community has been split for a while. Let's be honest. There's new fans and there's old fans that have grew up since 1996. And then there's people that just started playing with the remakes or whatever, the action series. So you have a split there already. But this is just going to split it even more, I think, in some reasons. This could be an interesting, there's going to be some meltdowns. Straight up, when everyone knows what is going on and they actually get to play this game, there's going to be straight up meltdowns of people, Resident Evil fans to whatever, melting down about this. And there's going to be so much cope, it's going to be ridiculous, straight up. There's some dumbass things that they done in there that I just question. And then there are things I'm like, okay, I kind of see that. But how is that going to interact with other Resident Evil games moving forward? And how, because we know they've retconned some things already sort of. Let's be honest. There's been some interesting things in there. But let's see what they have to say with this whole thing. A message for Resident Evil community. Here we go. I did pick up Resident Evil. I did pre-order it before it came. So I will be playing this. I don't know if I'll be playing on stream or my own time. But I want to do a review of this because this might be an in-depth review. I'm going to do one that's spoiler-free and then spoiler version in like a video format. I'm going to try to do that when I play through this and, get a good grasp of it and how I feel about the whole situation. Because this one, since it's like the 30th anniversary, it's supposed to be like a big deal for Resident Evil in general. A request from the Capcom to the community. Please don't post or share pre-release leaks and spoilers for Resident Evil Requiem. We really want everyone to enjoy the game's story and experience as much as possible. One legal department still contains to issue takedowns the dilatation notice for leaks in order to preserve your day one experience. It doesn't matter for me. I already pre-ordered it, so I already have the game. So, whatever. It's not long now until the game is out. So we look forward to seeing all your reactions after release. Your Capcom team. And there you go. That's all they said. So they're pretty much going after people that are leaking stuff online. I agree with Pirate Nation. They should just launch the game early. Everyone's getting spoiled. I agree. I feel like they need to launch this not this weekend. Not this weekend, but maybe early next week. Instead of Friday on the 27th, they need to release this maybe Monday or Tuesday. Straight up, just do that. Because it's not worth the wait anymore. You have to release this now because or they still have more up their sleeves that they're still wanting people to see, but whatever. I know on the 26th they're going to have a launch trailer for this game on the 26th, and that will be probably full of spoilers already in there because it's all, it's the launch. Launch videos are usually more spoiler heavy. Stuff are happening, maybe fast motion, things are happening, flashbacks, all sorts of things. But there are going to be things in there and people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on, And then most people are going to be like, I already saw it online. It's not a big deal, kind of deal. So what did he say? Some stores gave early copies to friends, and the whole story is now leaked online. If you want to avoid spoilers, you should skip Resident Evil posts. That is true. This is the fault of the store owners trusting people to give them early copies of the game, or is it Capcom's problem? Don't know. It's someone's problem because this wouldn't have happened if they didn't have early copies already there. So if the early copies are there, why do we have to wait until the 27th when you could just release it now because the copies are there, in the store? You can pick it up. You can play it. I don't know. Maybe there are some updates like maybe like de novo or whatever. DRM bullshit they're going to have to do day one patch. Maybe. I don't know. But this is the fault of the store owners who gave out the game and leaked it out, as well as Capcom themselves. I think they also messed up with this a little bit. So I don't know. I think this is why you need to give it to people that you trust and not mess it up for everyone else kind of deal, because they kind of messed it up. And now people are seeing it. They're not happy with it. They're canceling their pre-orders, all this and that happening. And some people are like, I know what's going to happen. It's fine. I'm going to play it myself. I want to see how it plays out. That's pretty much me right now. I want to see how it plays out before I conclude on what I just saw, because you don't know, maybe the gameplay is solid. You don't know that. It's just story beats, like the plot of the story of the game. We don't know that. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to be honest with my well, obviously I'm going to be honest. Why would I not be? Because if I wouldn't be honest, I would just be straight up a shill. But okay. With my review of this when it does come out and I play it myself. So, yeah, so that's what happened with Resident Evil. It's a shame, but yeah, that happened. Resident Evil community's rampant, dude. It's insane how big Resident Evil is. Resident Evil is the one horror series that does money. It does crazy numbers. Like, Silent Hill is nothing compared to, like, Resident Evil. But Resident Evil, I don't know. I think it's going to start dwindling. I think it's going to start going down. I could be wrong. But we will see. We will see overall with that. All right. Let's go to something else. So, what is this game called? I don't even know what this is. Let's go into something else here real quick. Yeah, let's go into this. This is a real quick one again, guys. Real quick. So this is Geeks and Gamers, and they have this article here, and it's Fortnite getting Game of Thrones skins? Question mark. Leaker Adria says yes, but House of the Dragon instead? Question mark. Ooh, I don't know about House of the Dragon skins in Fortnite. I'd rather get Game of Thrones, but, you know, I wouldn't be against it either, but I think Game of Thrones is more on brand. People know it more, even though people are sour of what happened with the last season of Game of Thrones. You know the whole thing, the whole spiel. We know everything about Game of Thrones. You know, first, like, 4 seasons... or 5? No, I think it's 4. Was one of the best shows I've ever watched. It was so good. It was peak. And then it started dwindling more and more, and the last season was atrocious. But yeah, some of the action scenes were cool. Besides the night one where it's all blurry and it was so dark that you couldn't see shit, and you have to bring you need to bring your TV's brightness up more. Remember that? That was so horrible. But whatever. One of the biggest IPs of the last 15 years is finally coming to Fortnite. As leakers are reporting that Game of Thrones is about to enter the massive online game. It may not be right away, though, according to a report from Fortnite leaker Adriel, who first hinted a Game of Thrones making its way to the game and cheeky series of emojis. I'm guessing that they're gonna do a whole season, like just a month, like a mini season of Game of Thrones, like they did for The Simpsons, like they did for Star Wars. Fortnite's gonna be doing that. I just have a feeling they're gonna do some sort of medieval Game of Thrones inspired. You can go to the lands of the different houses. You can go to I forgot what the house, the Starks, the Lannisters, you know, all those places. Damn, it's been a while since I watched Game of Thrones. King's Landing? Is it King's Landing? I forget. It's been a while since I watched it. Like, just lands of those, that would be sick, dude. I would actually hop on Fortnite more. Right now, Fortnite, this season, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan. Once in a while, when they have some banger ass seasons, I can't. It's really fun. Like, it's absolutely fun. But when it's not, when it's at its lowest, like right now, I don't like this season at all. I'm not into like the Hollywood, LA kind of vibe. It's not my favorite, but to each their own. But I think Game of Thrones would move some people to check it out for sure. A snowflake and a fire emoji referring to four song and Ice and Fire, the name of the incomplete book series spawned Game of Thrones, blah blah blah. A threat of White Walkers, supernatural ice north can create a control zombie hordes. Yeah, that would be pretty sick. You can go, you see the big wall, the ice wall, and on the other side, there would be all the White Walkers coming through. That would be so badass in Fortnite. Dude, I can literally make you a map in Fortnite. King's Landing, that's what it is. King's Landing. I said that, right? And you would have like the craziest areas on the map. You literally just take the Game of Thrones map and make it like Fortnite kind of style. It'd be so sick. And all the things that are happening. Oh my gosh, dude. The Game of Thrones crossover is still in development. According to Andrea, it may not be right around the corner, but the news that it will come soon means it should be too far out. Other Fortnite leaks have also said that a Game of Thrones collaboration is on the horizon, creating Andrea's no source. And yeah, so Game of Thrones in Fortnite. Sounds cool. I hope they do a big event for it instead of just, oh, here's some Game of Thrones skins. Like, cool. Like they did for like Resident Evil. They're like Resident Evil. Here's some Resident Evil skins. Because I like Resident Evil. So they just dropped it and I was like, oh yeah, I'll grab these. Cool. But can I have like a cool event for them? No. It's just for the horror event for Halloween. Oh. Okay. No Spencer Mansion, no anything. I was like, oh. How disappointing. Yeah, do something for Game of Thrones like they did for Star Wars. Something like that would be amazing. So, imagine riding a dragon with Daenerys Targaryen. Oh, shit. Or riding into the battle with Jon Snow. That would be sick. Even though there's guns, but who cares? It's still badass. Still badass. All right, guys. Let's see what we got. This just came up recently too, guys. Nier Automata has surpassed 10 million copies shipped and sold. So I guess Nier Automata is I think it's the 9th anniversary for it. Let me see. Nier Automata developers have announced that they have shipped and digitally sold over 10 million copies. We haven't heard much about the Nier series beyond the themed DLC for Stellar Blade in 2024. And the director's statement that it will replace all the game creators within the next 50 years. Now we finally have some sale numbers about it. And Nier Automata developers teased to be continued. So at the end of this showing they did, with how much they sold and stuff, they literally said a tease at the end says to be continued. So a sequel to Nier Automata, it's been a while. So post on X, the official Nier Japanese account reveals that Nier Automata has reached a new milestone, 10 million units, which is crazy. To celebrate its occasion, the developers have also released a video looking back at the journey and towards the end. There's a tease after showcasing moments from the game, anime, and real-life celebration. The video ends with the words, Nier Automata to be continued. Oh, shit. Thanks to Stellar Blade. I'm telling you, Stellar Blade brought this is bringing this series back. Straight up. Now, will it be good? That's to be seen. Because modern Square Enix, questionable. Nier Automata is hack and slash RPG developed by Square Enix and Platinum Games. Also, Platinum has been weird too. So, yeah, a lot of the people left, but is the main guy coming back? Let me see. Platters follow the story. Androids, blah blah blah. Yes, I know. Both created Yoko Taro. Both created by Yoko Taro. Now Nier has become a popular franchise in its own right, with the games Replicant, Automata, and more. In other news, okay, so yeah, this is the 9th. I think I read somewhere this is the 9th year for it. So they're gonna be teasing something for Nier Automata. If you guys are big Nier Automata fans, this is good news. So you're gonna finally get a sequel to it, not a prequel, a sequel. So good for this. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's not censored. because this game was definitely not censored, and back in the day, I think it wasn't. And yeah, it's celebrated. People love 2B and all these characters. So yeah, I'm all up for a new Nier Automata, even though I really like Stellar Blade at the moment too. So I do like both. I do like both. So shout out to that. But you know what else is crazy? Check this out. And I'm kind of worried about this one, guys. Check this out. I am worried about this one. So I'm on Geeks and Gamers. They have this here. And it says, Dead by Daylight movie hires Conjuring screenwriter as search for director begins. Oh, no.
No!
No. No. We don't need a Dead by Daylight movie. Straight up. An asymmetric horror game, multiplayer driven. We don't need that. Even though there's some story elements in it, I barely understand the story. I'm not into the lore, guys. Horror studio Blumhouse, Atomic Monster, and video game developer Behavior Interactive are developing a Dead by Daylight movie, and they'll hired a Conjuring screenwriter and Alexandre Aji to write the script. Dead by Daylight movie was announced in 2023 with Blumhouse, and so isn't Blumhouse the ones that make like Terrified series and stuff, Ark the Clown and stuff? I think though they make like a lot of horror movies, but they're like low budget. So this could be also a low budget horror movie, which were separate entities of time, teaming up to produce the film. Since then, the studio, which is now called Blumhouse Automatic Monster, has made 2 Five Nights at Freddy's movies, which were the first one I did watch, I enjoyed. The second one I haven't watched yet, but I hear mixed things about the second one. Produced, Ryan Turkler has said that the 2 horror game adaptations have taught Blumhouse Automatic Monsters to steer toward the fans when adapting games for film. 2 years ago, Jason Blum also... Dude, you know that shitty-ass Until Dawn movie that I still refuse to watch because it looks like ass? Why can't this company, since they made a good job with fan service for Five Nights at Freddy's, why can't this company make Until Dawn like a legit... like the game style Until Dawn story? I would be down. Instead of Sony going to someone and here, take this. Can you make this movie? No. Actually get people that are passionate and understand the source material. How hard is it? Literally, how hard is it? Stop making spin-offs. Stop retconning things. Just do it as is. Come on. Now, for fighting game, like Street Fighter movies coming out, that's a little different because the plot for those can go crazy. You can do much. Yes, you can have fan service from the games, like make it similar to it, but that's like a whole different story when you're doing fighting games. Now, when you're doing a story-driven game like Until Dawn, how hard is to just copy and paste straight up? Why is it that hard? It's not. It can't be that hard. It can't be. When adapting games for film, 2 years ago, yeah, we saw Jason, when the Dead by Daylight script would materialize. Now it seems like the film is taking shape a bit faster. Okay. So, Conjuring is doing Dead by Daylight movie. Screenwriter. Okay. And director, we don't know. Okay. I'm holding my breath on this one, guys. I don't know. Even though I do play Dead by Daylight once in a while here and there, and I have like a hate-love relationship. Not really love, but more like I kind of enjoy playing the game with friends, multiplayer-wise. Even though I hate the game sometimes, I really do. There's some issues with the game. But I do play it once in a while with friends. I do. It is fun, though. It is fun. I like the loop sometimes, even though it's freaking broken as hell. I do like it. I like playing the mostly because of the third parties. To be honest, if they didn't have the third parties, this game wouldn't live. This game would be done. just the basic Dead by Daylight characters in the game, the killers and the survivors, I really don't care too much about. It's mostly about the third parties for me. Sorry. That's just the fact. The legacy characters, you got Resident Evil, Silent Hill, Castlevania. You have cool characters in it. Sorry. I just like it. You have Ghostface, you got Chucky, you got Mike. Well, Michael's out now, but I still got Michael. You got Mike Myers. You got, let's see, you got Xenomorph from Alien. Yeah, so it's pretty crazy. But this into a movie, I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see about that one. All right, let's go to, let's see. Let's see. All right, we got more here, guys. More here to look at. So this new game just came out, guys. I forgot what it's called, to be honest. I've seen clips going around about it, and it just looks. It looks not good. It's not looking too good. Well, Kada posted this, and he said this game was made for the modern audience, and they don't shy away from the fact. So if they don't show up, I don't want to hear anything about it flopping. So this game, I don't know what the name is. I'm going to look it up, actually. I forget the name of this game. It has a weird-ass name. But it's like a medieval setting with, like, this woman, this night woman, but she's like non-binary or bisexual. I don't know. It's very gay orientated. Let's just say that. And I know people are like praising this online, like media obviously was praising this online, and you have a lot of like shill people online are praising this. How stunning, how brave it is when people are like just like, yeah, this is pretty dumb. This would not really happen in that time period and stuff, but who knows? Maybe this is a fantasy of its fantasy. Who knows? But this is what they have to say, and then I think Kato talks in this too. So here it is. Let's check. We're going to be watching a lot of videos today, guys. So if you're don't want to see me talk all the time, we got some videos. So we're going to hang out and chill a little bit and talk about these topics. So check this one out.
Passionately want to tell LGBTQ plus stories. There's lots about the character that I've never had the opportunity to play before.
Ayata, she's slightly genderqueer in that, like, people mistake her for being a boy and a man, and she's like, yeah, great.
It's not a coming out story. It's not your usual fare. The longing, the yearning, the complex, messy relationship. That's not what they're wrestling with. What they're wrestling with is the circumstances, and I've not seen that very often in games or in just in media in general.
This game is made for you.
Yes, it's made for the modern audience, so you better pick this up, modern audience, wherever they are. Stop signal messaging and actually support these devs that want to make this game for you. Let's leave Kato what he wants to say.
You specifically, you gays, 1348 Ex Voto is for you.
That's what it's called. What is it called again? It has such a weird name.
You gays,
1348
48 Ex Voto.
Ex Voto. Okay, so we're going to look that up. Holy shit. 1348 Ex Voto. Okay, we're going to look that up later because the demo came out for it, and we're going to see how good the demo did because it's free. Everyone can play it.
It's for you. So, if you don't buy this game when it comes out and you don't give it a chance, you have nobody to blame but yourself. I don't want to see tweets. I don't want to see videos. I don't want to see articles calling people chuds, calling people sexist, calling people misogynistic, calling people all these different kind of things. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it because they just told you quite literally what they're making the game about and who they're making it for, which, hey, they have my respect because that's what they want to do. They're not taking a pre-established IP and just shitting all over it and making it gay and all kind of stuff. No, this.
Yes. How many IPs they've taken the groups of these people and shit on it and changed it for their modern takes. We've seen so much, and that's why I always push back on it. Stop changing IPs that worked before, and now you changed it for an audience that is very small, not... You literally pushed away your main audience for a small group of people that have this mindset that they need to be represented in this way. No, we don't care. So now you did the work. You finally like, okay, let's make our own story, our own thing within this world with our own messaging or whatever it is we want to push. We want to do this. That's fine. You can do that. That's your own IP. You do that. But when you take over other IPs and make it your own and try to do that, that's when I have a problem. And that's why a lot of people are sick and tired when they have these in their main franchises they don't like. So now, kudos to you guys for finally, the modern audience, step up and make your own game. And now you guys need to support it. And you better, like Kata said here, you better not cry about it when it flops. You better not cry about when this and that, because franchises flopped when the game started to suck, when you pushed your messaging in there that no one wanted it. You know, leave it as is, what it used to be. When it's too much, it's too much. There's a limit how much you can take. But, you know, I can go on. Dragon Age the Veilguard, a bunch of other games that did that. You don't need that. Make your own game. Make your own thing. I've been saying this for a while. Modern audience needs to make their own game, straight up. Make it successful for their own group so they can actually have their own thing. Stop all these tourists getting into every franchise and taking over for their own influence, their own whatever it was, messaging they want to push or whatever they want to do, because it's not appropriate today. No, fuck no, it's not. Everything's appropriate. Everything is what it is. Everything should be. Nothing has to be sanitized or censored. We don't need that shit. People can take it. There are grown people here. Oh, maybe some people can't. Because what's the thing now? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words are worse now than sticks and stones. That's how flipped this world is now. Like, it's insane. It's insane. Some people are just super sensitive to that stuff. It's like, fuck, who cares, dude? I don't care what people can call me or whatever. It's just, please just stop using existing franchises and making it your own, because we don't want that shit. No one wants the modern version of those stuff. We just want it as you remembered, as what it is, you know, just into a new age kind of thing, a new era. That's it. Leave it as is. Nothing should be changed for that. The newcomers, which I've been saying actually more and more, that I think we should show the newcomers the older stuff so they can get invested later in this, whatever the new thing is. But they also are rejecting, the newer comers are rejecting some of the new shit. So that's what I'm saying. You need to cater to the older audience, and the older audience will show it to the new generation, so it can be kind of intertwined, and people won't have this like split in fan bases and communities kind of deal. But that's not how it is. That's not how it is. So I went with a tangent. That was a tangent for a little bit, but let's continue what he has to say.
They're going to make their own original thing, and they're going to put it out there.
Yep.
Congratulations. Good job. This is for you gays. If y'all don't come and support this game, like y'all continue to virtue on the internet like you want to do, you have nobody to blame but yourself. I don't want to see no crying, no bitching, no complaining, none of that. All right? Get your ass out there, vote with your wallet, and spend the money and support the game. Because I'll play it. I'll see how good it is. and I'll give it a fair shot. And if I don't see
Yep.
any of you gays doing the same thing, do not complain when the game is flopping. If the player count looks like crap, and the Knight's Path comes out and has a huge player count, I don't want to hear you complain, because
Yeah, Knight's Path, that was the other game. They were complaining that because, you know, like they had actually natural-looking women, and people were going to complain because they don't want to represent, like, the gay community. They're just like, no, this is just a straight-up medieval fantasy type of era, and we don't have any of that kind of things in there. You're just this knight trying to, you know, be in this land. There's some women there, obviously noble women, and all that, you know, natural. And apparently that was bad, and there was pushback. I talked about this in one of my other streams, but yeah. And then they had this game, which is like, yo, what is this? You know, it could be fun gameplay wise. It could be good. I'm not shitting on it like that, but just doing this like a lesbian kind of romance love with the knight, and I don't know if that's a princess or some sort of character. It's just like, okay, it's its own setting, its own thing, and they're saying, yeah, this is for those people. So then, yeah, if it's for those people, it's not meant for me. Sorry, it's not meant for me, then it's for those people.
Jennifer English and the other chick that is playing the other character, Aida or whatever, right? Right here, what does that say? Aida, she's slightly genderqueer in that, like, people mistake her for a boy. Well, maybe because she has a fucking bowl cut, but whatever.
Well, yeah.
They're telling you who the game is for.
They call those non-binary, which not really a gender, let's be honest. If you want to be honest here, seriously, it's a fake gender. It's mostly male-female. And then if you want to say you're gay, you could be, you know, bi, you could be whatever, that's fine. But non-binary, it's not real. It's not real, guys. Sorry. Sorry about that, but it's not real.
For you. So show up and support them. And if you don't fucking cry and complain about it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But y'all know they're not going to do it. Y'all know for a fact they're not going to go out here and spend money on this game. It's just not going to happen. This is not going to happen because they would rather tweet on the internet.
Yep.
They would rather make videos on TikTok or whatever the fuck and complain about not being represented enough and people are tired of their stories and shit like that. But then when they have the opportunity to support something that's actually doing that for them, they won't show up. They won't show up. It happens time and time and time again, you know?
And the game flops. Because you guys didn't show up. How many times we said, this is made for the modern audience. This is made for you. That small group of people, that's for you. Then support it. But they don't. Instead, they love to push their ideology or their activism, and then push like, oh, I'm getting represented. Like every bullshit in the thing. No one gives a crap anymore about your problem. They really don't. I've been depressed. I'm oppressed and blah, blah, blah. Like no one cares anymore, dude. No one cares. No one cares. Stop just virtual signaling online that no one gives two shits about. This virtual signal is not working no more. Maybe it worked in the past, but not anymore. No one cares for that shit anymore. So, yeah, I want to check this game out. What is this game called again? I'm going to check it out. What was it? What did Kata say?
They said they're going to make their own original.
Because I saw this. I always forget the name of this game.
I want to see tweets. I don't want to see videos. All these different kind of things. I don't want to see stuff. No,
some sort of 19 thing. Okay, let me try to find it real quick. Because I'm going to check it on SteamDB if people are playing this game or not. Let's see. Is it 18 something? I don't know what's called. 1830 something? No, it wasn't 18. It was something else. Fuck. What is this game called? I need to find this game. What is it called? What is it called? Do I have to go on Steam to find this, really? Nah, not on sales. Can't find it. Something X. Let me see what Kata said.
You don't give it a chance. I don't want to telling people all these kind of things. I don't want to see that. And who they're making it fitting all over it. Good job. This is.
What is this game called again? I have no clue, dude. I'm so lost. What is it called? Oh, here it is. 1348. Ex Voto 1348. Okay. Holy. This name is so bad. I already forgot about it. That's how bad it is. Okay. Here it is. Demo. I don't think the game's out yet. But let's see the demo. Charts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh. I don't know about this one, guys. I don't know about this one, guys.
Holy shit.
The modern audience needs to back this up. If this is the interest, 114 players peak. And right now 100 people are playing. This game will be cooked. This is not good. This is only the demo. This is not even the main game yet, right? The main game, when is the main game coming out? February 20th. So today, right? So this game came out today? Oh, shit. Let me see the charts now. Steam Hub follower history. Viewers right now, 524 on Twitch.
Holy shit.
That means this game has no... It has no following. Barely any follow. It doesn't hit even 1,000 mark. Well, 24-hour peak. Okay, it hit 1,000. 200. All-time peak on Twitch. And score data. Yeah, this is not good for a launch. Not good at all. Yeah, you guys need to support this real quick. Or this company is going to go under. So the modern audience needs to support this. This is not sustainable. This is not going to make the money. This is not going to make their money back. So this is not good. This will... Who knows? Maybe it'll go up this weekend. We'll see. But this is not good. Even, I think there was another game that just came out. Let me see real quick. Here on SteamDB. They had it here. I saw this. Where was it? It's a demo. Yeah, the John Carpenter's Toxic Commando demo. This one has more people. Look, 4,150 right now. And all-time peak, 5,831. Okay. You know, it's not good, to be honest, this either. But it's better than the other thing. You know, the 1348. So, yeah. And then I think this is also a multiplayer game. That's also a thing. But it's not doing so hot either. 64.08%. It's not doing so good. So, yikes. Good luck to that one, guys. I don't know what's going to happen with that one. Good luck with 1348. Yeah. Kudos. Wait, studio creating an original IP. Oh my gosh, dude. Check this out. When was this? 54 playing? Kudos to the studio for creating an original IP for so-called gender queer. 102 of them have shown up to the demo on Steam. This game will cost around $5 million to produce. That's about $49,000 per person who has played the demo now. That is dedication to the genderqueer community. There you go. It's for you guys. It's for the guys that really wanted the modern audience where they always say, it's for you. Now you guys got to show up and support it. But it seems like you won't. Like Kato said, you won't. You just won't. They don't care that much. This group of people is very, very small. Very small. Very loud, but very small. And it doesn't mean they will actually support it. So, you know, or they are going to call the Chuds are doing this and that, and then the Chuds are actually playing this game to actually check it out, what it's about. Maybe they are actually giving it a chance. Who knows? But I don't know. These people are always virtue signaling for no apparent reason. There's no reason to virtue signal anymore. There really isn't. No one cares. Everyone just rolls their eyes and says, whatever, we don't want to hear your virtual signal no more. You know, kind of deal. It doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work anymore. Let's see what else we got here for you guys. Should I bring this up? I might bring this up, actually. I might bring this. What time is it? Let me see. What we got here? Hour? Shit. I don't know if I'll bring it up. I won't bring it up, guys. There's so much here. I won't bring it up. Oh, speaking about Resident Evil, I saw this, too. I should have brought this when we were talking about Resident Evil, but there was another one here. I saw this one from Word of Paradise. And he said, boom, people keep on arguing with me if it was a thermobaric missile, not a nuke. Because in the Resident Evil, they say thermobaric missile, but in the original, I think it was just a bomb. It was just a nuke. It didn't, like, specify it, if I'm correct. I'm not sure about that. But, yeah. Yeah, stuff you read cons up your ass. Not only does the game lore specify Raccoon City was wiped out of the map, but even the director has said as such Raccoon City in Resident Evil Requiem is retarded. And then this is what he said. The director of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was firmly stated, Raccoon City has been literally wiped off the map. So seeing the city and its iconic location return in RE Requiem left him confused, even joking, I wonder if time travel was involved. Yeah, see, the reason they retconned it is because, like this guy, did he miss the post-credit scene in Outbreak File 2? Because they start rebuilding Raccoon City in that. So, or there's something in the distance and something's going on, some building things in Raccoon City. So, it's just more, like, I don't think the director knew when he did it. He just finished RE3 and he said it was done. That place you couldn't go back to. So then they kind of did that in Outbreak, and now Outbreak is officially canon. So Outbreak is canon now to this. So, yes, he is correct, but now Outbreak is canon, so now it makes more sense in that direction. It's so dumb, though. It's so dumb. I wish Capcom and the Resident Evil, like, the people that work with Resident Evil, just say straight up, like, every side story might be actually canon. Like, straight up just say, it might come back in some sort of way in the future, in some way, these stories we tell in these side stories, side games. They should have just said that, but they never say what's canon, what's not canon. And now it's canon, and it just confuses the shit out of everyone, you know? But yeah, that's that for that. It is a really dumbass retcon for sure. I agree for that, but retcon for sure. It's pretty dumb. Yeah, so I want to bring that up. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about this. I totally forgot about this, guys. I totally forgot. I just remembered about this. So I talked about, like, they were teasing, you know, there was Sam Fisher and Solid Snake talking together through a Kodak call, and they were like, oh, Solid Snake is coming to Rainbow Six Siege. Well, we finally got the trailer for it. We're going to watch this real quick. Solid Snake is coming to Rainbow Six Siege. So he's going to be a new recruit. You can play him whenever you want. He uses like a map signaling device, and it has all the noise effects from Metal Gear to the exclamation point noise to the picking up weapons. Like, you pick up stuff. And yeah, this trailer gave me a smile to my face because Splinter Cell and Metal Gear working together is one of the things I always wanted to see. Never happened, but now this new modern Ubisoft, I don't give two shits about. I was like, I might play this, might actually play Rainbow Six Siege, and you know what happened with the hacks recently and all that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm out. It doesn't even matter if I want to play Solid Snake. I don't think this game's for me. But this is a really cool trailer. And then you have David Hayter back, Solid Snake. Pretty sick.
What's your ETA?
I'm here.
Kept you waiting, huh?
In position.
What a badass. I wish you could do this in the game, but you can't. Yeah, Sam Fisher.
Kept me waiting, huh?
Never heard.
Love this, dude. The bro handshake. Come on, dude. This is so sick. This is so badass. You got Snake and Sam doing the handshake thing. Dude. If they had a real game together like this, I think this blew up a little bit of the internet. Not gonna lie, this actually, I think a lot of people were talking about this, straight up. This was big.
Take things slow.
Soldiers like us never get the chance. There's always one more fight.
What legends, dude. What legends. So yeah, that's the trailer. And yeah, he's coming out to Rainbow Six Siege. Too bad I don't like any Ubisoft games. So unfortunately, that's how it is. I love myself some Metal Gear, and Splinter Cell is pretty badass too. But yeah. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it for Ubisoft. I refuse to do anything with Ubisoft, so it is what it is. So, okay. What else we got here? What else? Oh, we have this real quick again. Real quick again, guys. Check this out. Jason Momoa. This is Wario64. Jason Momoa is set for Sony's feature take of Helldivers video game for Justin Lin, releasing in theaters November 10th, 2027. Okay. I have no problem with this so far. Here we go. Pirate Nation. Jason Momoa will start as the lead. No, I'm not going to click on him, but okay, whatever. start as the lead in the live-action Helldivers movie. Okay. Whatever. So I just want to bring that up. So Jason Momoa is not just playing Blanca in Street Fighter. He's also in Helldivers. And not just in the Minecraft movie either. So he's in a lot of gaming movies now. We're going to see a lot of Jason Momoa coming up in gaming movies more often. I guess we'll see that. So yeah. There you go. Helldivers. I think Helldivers is doing some sort of Chinese event for the Chinese New Year thing. Year of the Horse. Year of the Horse is coming, guys. Pretty awesome. Okay, I think we can go. Oh, I want to talk about this real quick. Real quick. So I posted this. Wait. All right, I posted this. Pretty pumped for this one. Let's go, GINA. Let's go, GINA. Where's my horn? There you go. Let's go. So what's happening is this dropped recently, and it's a big one. And a lot of people were wanting this fighting match in MMA for a while. Even back then when I used to watch these two, I don't watch MMA that much anymore. I really don't care as much. But once in a while, I'll watch it here and there. We talked about with Poggimme on After Dark specials here and there, but I don't watch it as much anymore. But Rousey and Gina Carano fight May 16th on Netflix. Who are you picking to win? And they posted this video, a little tiny video for it. So this is a Netflix exclusive on May 16th. So they're finally doing this beatdown that they've wanted for a while. I know Gina and RONDA wanted to do this for like years, but they never could, or they needed some sort of support. I think Jake Paul, even though I'm not a big fan of Jake Paul, he promoted this to happen. So it's actually happening now. So they're both getting ready, getting fit for the role, and it's pretty badass, guys. Let's fucking go, bitch. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. GINA for the win. Dude. She's tall too. And she's towering over RONDA. RONDA's gonna get wrecked. I'm all GINA anyways. GINA, she was awesome in the Mandalorian stuff until, what happened with Disney. They fucked her over. And she did her own thing for a little bit. And I think this is going to be a return. This is going to return to what she wants, even though she hasn't been fighting for a long time. It's going to be interesting to see. But, built up all that rage from Disney and all the things that happened to her past couple of years. It's going to come out, and she's going to put all that into this fight. Now, RONDA has also problems herself, but this is going to be interesting. I'm all GINA all the way, obviously. Not because of the looks. Well, that too. The looks are also, yeah. The looks also for sure. But I think in general, I think just GINA's just a better fighter. I could be wrong. I think she's a better fighter. I think RONDA was a very overhyped. I think GINA might have been better in general. She was a better fighter in a lot of ways. Even when she was younger, she was pretty OP. So, we'll see. This looks pretty sick. Can't wait to check this out. I think they even tweeted out a little bit here. Let me check it out. Because I saw some tweets going around that they were talking about it. Let me try to find it. But this is pretty sick. Like, I'm so down to watch this. I'm more interested in this than I was with the Mike Tyson and was it Jake Paul or Logan Paul? One of the Pauls. The fight. Because that was bullshit. That was straight up rigged. Straight up. Just rigged. I did not like that at all. So here's GINA. She posted this. Turn it up. So blessed. Looking forward to making this walk again. And everything. There you go. Gonna be epic. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's go. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And I think RONDA also posted. Here you go. She said, been waiting so long to announce this. Me and GINA CARANO are gonna throw down in the biggest super fight in women's combat sports history. We're partnering with the Fighter First promotion, most valuable pro. I don't know what that's, as well as the baddest streamer on the planet, Netflix. This is for all MMA fans, past, present, and future. More to come, much more. There you go. Serious question. How broke are you to do this? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Damn. That's crazy, dude. Oh, it's brutal. It's brutal. There's some competition in the house. Holy shit. Yeah. I usually don't talk about sports, but that one definitely intrigued me a lot, guys. Intrigued me a lot in that one. I have no question about that one. That's going to be interesting. Year of the Horse. Get ready. For sure. She's been even posting these. Holy shit, dude. It's vintage. Dude, she's doing the gladiator skirt. Oh, shit. It's Marissa from freaking Street Fighter 6. Dude, if they didn't make her so buff in Street Fighter 6, she would be built like this. Like GINA. Straight up, they should have just used GINA's core and fighting mechanic kind of deal for Marissa. Except she's Italian. And GINA's Italian too. What the hell, dude? Street Fighter. Come on, Capcom. This should have been it. She's doing the freaking thing. She's doing the freaking skirt thing. The gladiator thing. Damn girl. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. But yeah. Come on. Street Fighter should have jumped on that. That's straight up from that, from GINA. Straight up, that's GINA. Like, right? Whatever. Whatever, guys. Okay. We gotta talk about this stuff because there's a lot of things going on here with some main topics, too. I think we should start with... let's start with Star Wars. Star Wars here. Let's start with Star Wars. Star Wars. All right. So this Mandalorian and Grogu movie that's coming out, like, I barely see anything about, but I want to talk a little bit about it. Because, you know, me and Pagami talked about our favorite Star Wars movies, and we ranked them in the tier list. You can go back. It was like our first After Dark special. And we never did like shows. And I wanted to do shows. Real quick, guys. I need something real quick. I need water. I'm losing moisture in my mouth. Also need a tissue, but whatever. Yeah, so we were talking about that. We haven't done shows yet because we haven't watched every show because there's a lot of stinkers out there. And Mandalorian was probably the one we all watched pretty much. I did watch season 1, season 2, but I never watched season 3 because it looked like cringe as fuck. So I was kind of done with Mando. I peaced out a while ago. So now we're getting this new one. They showed it at the Super Bowl thing, and it looked like a Bud Light commercial or some sort of Coors, or I don't even know what commercial. A Pepsi or a Coca-Cola commercial, something. People are like, what the fuck is this? You know what? Mandalorian and Grogu. Or GooGooGaga, I like to call it. GooGooGaga. So here we go. New Mandalorian and Grogu trailer drops. Action-packed upgrade over the Super Bowl spot. So we're going to watch this. Hopefully I don't get a copyright claim on this, but we will see with this one, and I'll just let it play. I might stop it here and there, but we'll see. YouTube finally changed it, so now I can click on the article with YouTube. Last time I couldn't, so good. Now let's check out this Mandalorian new trailer. Coming May 22nd, soon, guys. And there's no hype for this movie. I don't see any hype for this movie. Of course, the Star Wars theme. Yep.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
Oh my god. Why is Grogu even teaming? Never mind. I think Grogu should have never came back, ever. In Book of Boba Fett or anything, Grogu should have not came back and trained with Luke, straight up. It's dumb that they the only reason they brought back Grogu is because of merch, straight up. That's all it was. Grogu was there for merch.
I can use some information.
Whoa, for this price, I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm looking for a hut.
Close for the night. Thank you.
Gangsters, war criminals.
Long live the Empire.
We'll take out every bad guy in your deck of cards.
I really don't like Grogu. I don't like Grogu. Like, I was fine in, like, the first season with him. After that, I was kind of sick and tired of Grogu, to be honest. He's just a pain. He's just annoying. I don't know. He's just annoying. I know a lot of people like him because he's cute. He's a baby. He's Baby Yoda. I'm like, fuck Yoda. I mean, fuck Baby Yoda. I don't give two shits about him. He's not that cool. He's annoying. I'd rather get the Ewoks back, straight up.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
Oh my god, did you see what Baby Yoda did? He just took down the droid.
Strap in.
They should do one with Baby Yoda farted, Baby Yoda burps, Baby Yoda. Oh my god. Oh, and we see Pedro Pascal take off his mask, or they took his mask off. He didn't take it off, but that, I don't think Mandalorians are supposed to take their helmets off, but, you know, it doesn't matter no more, I guess. Everyone just knows it's Pedro Pascal. I think that's a bounty hunter.
It will be his turn.
We got some of the Jabba the Hutt family members.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
I will not be always around to protect him. The kid needs to do it. I shit you not, there's going to be a part where Baby Yoda needs to save Mando, and Mando can't do anything, and Baby Yoda is there to save the day. I bet you they're going to have that.
Are you scared? You should be.
Are you scared? Baba boo boo. You should be. Oh, this writing is so cringe.
Do we run? Or do we fight?
Do we run or do we fight? They fly now. They fly now. They fly now.
I like this kid.
Was that Zap? I think that was Zap. Was that? No. Baby Guido? Baby Guido! Oh my god, it's so cute! So cute! Oh my god! Baby!
Holy
Baby
shit.
Guido! I love the Baby Guido. It's so cute. I love it so much. Dude, is this... Oh my gosh, dude.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? In my baby carriage. Now this is pod racing. What the hell am I watching? Oh my
goodness. Let's save the rest for after dinner.
I like to nibble. Look how cute I am. Look how cute I like to nibble. Dude. Dude, Mandalorian could be cool without Grogu. He could be very cool. He could be like that spaghetti western kind of style. You know, even his theme kind of is like that western, like west style kind of cowboy, you know, esque with sci-fi. But we got Grogu, and Grogu just takes it down a notch. It just makes it more... I don't know about you guys, but I think Grogu is for, like, the female audience. Straight up. It's a lot of people that don't like Star Wars, which there are females that like Star Wars as is, like it was in the past. They love it. But more and more, they need to put, like, these little cute little characters in, you know. Like, they already started it with, obviously, the... is it Return of the Jedi? I think Return of Jedi, Episode 6. They did it with the Ewoks and all that. You know, they started doing that. George was already doing that stuff. But I think it just got more and more obnoxious and annoying. I think I'm okay with the Ewoks when that happened. I was like, I'm not a big fan of them either, to be honest. But I still say it was okay. It was fine. It didn't, like, hurt me as much. But this is just crazy. This is just too much. We got Baby Yoda. Oh my gosh, Baby Yoda's in the carriage. He's doing the pod racing. He's doing it. It's just so, it's so cute. It's so cute. Oh my god.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
No, it's not.
Let's save the rest for after dinner.
Took a bite. I took a bite of a blue milk cracker. I don't even know. Blue milk cheese nip. I don't even know what that is, but yeah, that's all they had to show. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I don't know what to say about that one. Pretty bad. There's another one though, because we might have to watch Star Wars Theory because he brought something up too. So I don't know. We might watch. I don't know yet. We might just read this. Star Wars Theory. The Mandalorian and Grogu, reportedly the lowest budget Star Wars movie to date. Yikes.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Holy shit.
Yikes. So they didn't really cost too much. So what I heard was this movie was supposed to be a TV show. It's supposed to be season 4. So they just lengthened it into a movie kind of aspects. So they cut some of the meat, I guess, out of the show aspect, and they needed some sort of movie to come out because they didn't have any movies for Star Wars in general to do anything. So they're like, we're gonna have to put this in the movie theater, this episode, because we have nothing to show for, you know. So that's what it is. Yeah, it's not good. This morning, Disney dropped this and released a rather soon after that a Destroy Super Bowl ad. I'm going to see what Star Wars Theory had to say after. I don't want to watch the whole video. I'd rather just read it right now. Besides point, Budweiser, Star Wars Theory. In this video, the title claims that The Mandalorian and Grogu is the lowest budget movie to date, even lower than The Acolyte. Hold up. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. After so many years of Disney inflating its films budgets, it's surprising how they seemingly taken a step back from the unusual overspending. As brought up by Star Wars Theory, this is because Dave Filoni is actually skilled at pitching pennies. This film does cost as much as the final prequel film, Revenge of the Sith. Much as the wait, it costs as much as the final prequel film, Revenge of the Sith, but adjusted from inflation. However, it is quite shocking to learn. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, but the big budget doesn't mean it's better. Even though it's low, it could be good. It's just, this one, it just doesn't look good. And the Mandalorian Grogu is considered a cheapest to produce, film, etc. in the current era. This bridged us when George Lucas was still in charge. Lucas, famous, was keeping a right grip on overspending. For example, A New Hope was famously made for only $11 million, of about $58.4 million when adjusted for inflation. The film went on to make a whopping, especially at the time, $775.4 million worldwide, which is over $4 billion today, even as budgets rose over the years. Unfortunately, stayed strong, but the change when Disney took the helm in 2012. My bad. So yeah, it's the cheapest one. Here we go. Mandalorian Grogu. After that, Rise of Skywalker. Wait, what was this? Oh, this is their costs. Okay, so Mandalorian Grogu is the lowest. Then Rise of Skywalker. That's weird. Solo. Okay. Last Jedi. Rogue One. Star Wars Force Awakens. What was the most expensive? A New Hope? Really? The Empire Strikes Back? Return of the Jedi? The Phantom Menace? Okay. Here's a list of all the previous Star Wars films and their overall costs. Okay. So, he started with the most expensive, which is not that expensive. It was pretty good for that era. I think it was expensive, but not that expensive. And then he just went lower and lower, it seems. Right? Or it went up. I don't even know. I don't know how this is put together, but it looks like it went up, but I don't know. Yeah, so interesting, right? I think they know this is gonna be a stinker. I think they know. I don't know. Maybe they think this is gonna be a banger. Who knows? But I think this is gonna be a stinker. I might give it a try, maybe, but I'm not gonna watch this in the movie theater. I'm just gonna wait until it comes out, on Disney Plus or something. But to be honest, I might just find out another way, because I don't want to support something that stinks this much. I'd rather go back and rewatch Revenge of the Sith in the movie theater, to be honest, than watch this. Support that more, but it's still Disney now, so yeah, pretty stinky if you ask me. Pretty shitty of that. You know what also is shitty? We're going to go to the next topic already. Here we go. This is by Insider Gaming. Sony PlayStation is shutting down Bluepoint Games.
Huh?
Yup. You heard it right. They're shutting down this studio who's been doing a lot of different ports, remasters, remakes, all sorts of things like that. They've been helping with other games on PlayStation too. So, a new report reveals that PlayStation decided to shut down Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint Games have been instrumental in enhancing past titles for the current gen consoles, including Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection, which is a fantastic collection. I would highly recommend grabbing that. I wish they would port it to PC, but they don't want to. And Shadow of the Colossus, that was also a fantastic port. It was a remake, but it was a pretty decent remake. It was actually really good. I think it was really good. And there might have been some people maybe not liking it. I think more of the dislike was more for Demon Souls, I think. Yeah. I think Shadow of Colossus remake was solid when I played it, if I remember. Yeah, it was really good. The team was also responsible for bringing us the PlayStation 5 remake of Demon's Souls, which is still not coming to PC. Don't know why, but yeah. Now the studio has been closed down. Bluepoint Games will shut down next month. According to a Bloomberg report, PlayStation had decided to close Bluepoint Games, leading to the dismantle of approximately 70 employees from the total of 80. A spokesperson for PlayStation stated that the decision was made following a business review. The shutdown of Bluepoint Games is scheduled for next month. Here is the PlayStation spokesperson statement. Bluepoint Games is an incredible and talented team, and their technical experience has delivered exponential experiences for the PlayStation community. We thank them for their passion, creatively, and craftsmanship. Back in 2024, it was rolling that the studio was still working on an original title, with the head of the technology stating, "Nothing has changed since our statement that we are working on an original title." Additionally, the studio was reportedly working on a multiplayer live service God of War game, which was canceled last year. Yes, that was canceled. And yes, I would have wanted to see what Bluepoint Games or Bluepoint Studios would make actually the original title, because they just did ports, remasters, remakes. They never got actually a game that they could just create, like a new IP, a new original idea. So I'm kind of upset that we never got that in general. I am upset about that for sure. But yeah, in other news, PlayStation had 2 big announcements of the latest state of play. God of War. Yeah, we're going to be talking about God of War too. So, yeah, so there's more here, guys. I'm going to find it on X with this PlayStation blooper thing. Even Pirate Nation posting it here. What the hell? I don't know, something was going on. Are we good? I think we're still good. Am I still here? I don't even know. Let me see real quick here, guys. I don't know if I'm here or not. I went on stream real quick. I think I'm still here. Yeah, I should be still here. Okay. I think I'm here. Yeah. Okay. Are we live? Yeah, we are live. We're still live. Okay, good. All right. So here we go. I don't know what came up. So Sony is shutting down Bluepoint Games again. The same thing came up. Yeah, not looking too good. Bungie need more game for Sony. Yeah, because they're pushing that stupid marathon game that looks like ass. It literally looks like an acid trip. Here's another one. Gamers are extremely mad after PlayStation Studios posted a marathon trailer following Bluepoint Games shutdown, one of fans' favorite studios. That's crazy if it's your favorite studio. Like, it's not a bad studio, per se. I don't think they're that bad, but that's your favorite? Really? That's your favorite? I don't know about that, guys. I don't know about that one. Oh, shit. Well. Fuck. I just deleted one of my bookmarks. Fuck. Oh, man. Oh, man. What is this? Oh, this is new, too. I don't know what this is. 1 second, guys. I lost what I had bookmarked. I bookmarked the wrong thing. And it stinks. It stinks because I had it here and now I lost it. Damn. Damn. Well, that sucks. Try and find it. Try and find it real quick, guys. Real quick. Okay. Damn it. Okay, I found it. Okay, I found that. Okay, good. I found it. Whew, I thought I lost it. I found it. But here's another one from Bluepoint Games. Herman Hulst says the decision to close Bluepoint Games was not made lightly. Rising development costs slowed industry growth, changing player behavior, and broader economic headwinds are making it harder to build games sustainably. That's what pretty much he said. So, again, they were doing a game, but they didn't get the chance, again, because Marathon was more important. Marathon is the live service push. People want that live service. And never mind. That was the intro. I don't know why the intro was playing, but we also got this. Let me zoom in, guys. Bloodborne remake is probably never happening at Sony closes the studio behind the Demon Souls remake. We get more live service games instead. So yeah, people were thinking that they were making a remake of Bloodborne or something, or remaster or something Bloodborne. There was things about it. Yes, they were in talks with it and were trying to do it, but it never happened. So they were trying to make their original IP with Bluepoint Game Studio. So never happened. We have that too. What else we have here? We have a lot of things. There's some people that are like upset that it's gone, and then some people like Cabrutus, he doesn't like it, or he said good that they're gone, because the Demon Souls remake is one of the most arrogant and disrespectful things ever done by the gaming industry. So he did not like the Demon Souls game, the remake. A group of Western developers thinking they could somehow improve Hideaki Miyazaki, I probably butchered it. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. A vision of its own creator is hilarious, absurd, and at the same time, a perfect showcase of what's wrong with the AAA Western industry mentality. It explains a lot. So yeah, I'm very happy that Sony decided to shut down Bluepoint. I always believed that after what they did with Demon Souls, they would never be allowed to touch any of Miyazaki creations again, and I'm glad I was right at this time. One cannot remake art. So yeah, a lot of people weren't happy with the Demon Souls. Some people enjoyed it, but a lot of people I've seen did not like it. I didn't play it because I don't have a PS5. I've just heard people not liking it as much as Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, all these other games, Elden Ring, obviously. But it was like the least one. And it makes sense because it was Japanese made, and Americans, or the Western company, obviously took it over, and they're like, we're going to remake that game, which didn't turn out too good. Now, they did the same thing with Shadow of Colossus, and I think that was good. I remember that being fun and good. Same with the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. They've done other things to other ports. Some misses, some good, but it wasn't too bad, but they never could shine. That was the thing. They never had their own IP, their own thing, their original content that they could shine. So, again, they were there because of the PS2 to the PS3. Like, they ported a lot of PS3 games, or PS2 games to PS3, and that's what they were really good at doing, usually. Some misses, some good ones. So, yeah, it's kind of upsetting. I don't think they deserve to close down. I think they should have gave him another chance, beside giving them always, ports and stuff like that because it's not really fair. I think you could give them a chance at making a game. It could have been a hit or could have not been a hit. You know, it depends on the situation of this whole thing. But, you know, I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell with that one. So, okay, let's get into the next one because we're done with that one. Rip to Bluepoint Games or Game Studio. Let's talk about this God of War thing real quick, guys. There's a lot of God of War. I don't even know where to start with the God of War thing because there's just a lot. Let's start with this one. Let's start with the shit. And then we start with some interesting parts. So here we go. God of War Sons of Sparta, that new 2D Metroidvania game, is the worst rated game in the franchise or the series or franchise. Yeah, because it's nothing like God of War. It's a different God of War. It's 2D. So it's like you literally changing the concept of God of War, the 3D beat 'em up action game, gory, unforgiving, you know, kind of action. And then you go into like a 2D kind of like Metroidvania game. It's like, yo, what are we doing? You know, I know Castlevania done that before and it was hit or miss, but this is not the way. And it's a prequel. So they're not even gods yet. Like Kratos is not a god yet. God of War Sons of Sparta has the worst rating Metacritic out of all the games from God of War franchise. So yeah, it's not doing good. It's not, what I've heard, it's not a good game. You know, when I saw it, I was like, okay, it looks fine, but it's probably a game I wouldn't pick up, you know, kind of deal. I don't care that much about it. So what I've seen people say, there is a, pretty much you can't play two players with the, you know, Kratos and Deimos, the two brothers. You can't play the other character, two players from the fly. You got to beat the game first with your first character, and then you got the two-player co-op mechanic, which is already stupid. And there's other problems mechanically and game-wise for the game that are not that good. God of War Ascension was the worst, but this one just tops it now. At 69, that's pretty funny, dude. That's pretty funny.
What the fuck?
69 Metacritic. That's crazy. But yeah, that's happened. And then we got God of War Sons of Sparta receives harsh comments from OG creator. Oh shit. Oh shit. Jaffe himself, the creator of Twisted Metal and God of War, he's breaking down again. And you know what's funny? Because they listen when David Jaffe says it, you know. When he says it, it must be doing bad because he developed it. He knows. He was in the industry. But when you ask just a normal person that plays games, and he says this game is trash, it's not good, it's not a good game, you know, you get like, you're toxic. You shouldn't be saying that. It's just bad. But when he does it, it's like, oh, it must be it. You know, it's so double standard. It's so bullshit. Like, devs are the gamers themselves too. Remember, where's that line? I gotta find that line, guys. I'm gonna find it right now. It's the one where Inawata-san from... I'm gonna make this just a video clip constantly because this is what it is. Because this explains a lot. Here it is. Sakura Inawata. I found it. Satoru Inawata. The man, the myth, the legend, the OG, the Nintendo. What brought Nintendo to what it is today is because of Inawata. Here it is. Check this out. It's old, but it's still memorable. Check this out.
On my business card, I am a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer. But in my heart, I am a gamer.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The GOAT himself. The GOAT. I'm telling you, in my corporate card, I am a CEO. You know, or whatever. In my mind, I am a developer, but in my heart, I'm a gamer. That's what I'm saying. Most of the people that are passionate and want to make this, they are themselves gamers. And those are the devs who make these games. So I'm like saying, you know, back then, David Jaffe was a gamer. He was straight up a gamer. He played games. He must have. And then he got industry. He went into the industry. He made his own games. He loved what he did. And that's why he created those worlds he did with Twisted Metal and God of War. Because those were the ones he got like really big on. Now he's not the same. He's not the same, guys. He's just all over the place. So, he didn't like this game. Now it's big because now it's like, oh my God, the creator of God of War doesn't like this. Well, you don't say. God of War Sons of Sparta has the worst rating in Metacritic. Oh, wait, we already read this one. Oh, this one. Okay. The creator of God of War series has shared his views on the recently released Sons of Sparta title, and it is evident that he is not pleased with the game. Fans of God of War franchise had an exciting state of play event, blah, 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 yes. Spotted on the Gamer God of War series creator David Jaffe has gone off on Sons of Sparta on 2 separate occasions. The first time was after playing the game for just an hour, where he ended up saying things like, "This is not God of War. Who's this fucking greenlit this? Who fucking greenlit this? And who thought this was what the audience wants?" Jaffe also went on to say that the production quality is not very good, comparing it to the games like Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound, and Neon Inferno. I agree. I thought it was just fine, but it was nothing in the style of like the Shinobi game that came out or that new Ninja Gaiden 2D platform game that came out. None of it. It looked trash. It didn't look good. It looks cheap. The series creator released a 32-minute video echoing the expression of his previous video on his new video. He critiques the gameplay using clips from the title. It's evident that the creator is distashed with the installment, particularly because he feels that the character of Kratos, beloved by fans, is not accurately representing it. Instead, players are presented with a different character. There you go. Character murder. That's what it is. So they're bringing this. So people know the new God of Wars because God of War 2018 and Ragnarok. They go back. Kratos is a completely different person than what he is in those games. Completely different. He did like a 360 because his life changed. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. You know, he's a father now. He's more responsible. He's not anger. He doesn't have that built up rage. Well, he does, but he keeps it to himself more now. But he's like, this is just murdering this character, Kratos. And this is what people are scared of in the future, what they're going to do with Kratos, especially with the remake of 1, 2, and 3 they're doing next. And people are scared of that they're going to censor him. He's not going to have that built-up rage. He's going to be more emotional. He's going to be more forgiving. He's not going to be banging bitches in mini games and getting health back kind of thing. You know that mini game. They're probably going to take that out. They shouldn't, but or this would be a nice spin. This would be a nice spin on the remake if they want to. He bangs those women in the minigame. You still get it. But they're succubus. They're succubus women. So he gets allured to them. He bangs them. And then he takes care of business. You know what he does. You already know what happens. That could be a nice thing where it's like, oh, shit, succubuses. They're luring me, into this sexual pleasure. Kratos does his thing. And then he's like, oh shit, what did I do? Bang, boom, boom, boom. He beats the shit out of them, people would be like, oh shit, what the? But yeah, because they're succubuses. That's why. They're luring him to have, they're gonna like pretty much murder him in some way, or do something to Kratos. So I could see them doing that, but if they straight up just take out the minigame, that would be stupid. If they're doing a remake, you should be 1-to-1. If you're that sensitive about that shit, you really need to look at it. It was that kind of game. It was that time period. Please don't take that out. Just leave it as is. You already know. Leave it as is. Because we have articles about that too. Let me go into this real quick. Where is it? Shit. Let me find it. I've seen articles about it going around. Like, here's Kotaku. Even though, I don't like Kotaku. Most people don't like Kotaku, but here we go. Removing God of War's sex minigame in the remakes would be a big mistake. You don't say. You don't say. And then you probably read the article and they're still going to be like, well, yeah, it would suck. It wouldn't be faithful to the original. And, but it's still not appropriate today. They would have that. Oh, Madam Savvy's here. She's going to go ape shit. Oh, shit. Wow, someone must have been threatened with being fired. Since when you anti-censorship? We do not welcome you to the team, Chud. You are still team piece of shit. Can't wait for you to go under. Before anyone praises them, they just don't want to make other people money and continue to be blamed for censorship. They finally caught on. They are indeed the reason why it happens. Can't believe anyone thinks they're being genuine. Remember, always treat them like they subhuman filth they are. There is no change to them. They are set in their ways. And look, this is in the article itself. She highlighted it. When players, I can't read that shit. It's so, why did she highlight it in gray, dude? It's so stupid, but whatever. Here, she already did it here. The man giving into woke ideologies. So please don't do it. Oh my gosh, you wouldn't believe that. Of course. Removing it would leave more room for story and lore to develop. And this fictional universe, plenty of games that don't have sex minigames, and it was successful in the game industry. There is the equivalent of those who sexualize women or men in impeccable gear. All kind of games. Yeah. This article is like a half W at best. There you go. So another just, media trying to say this because it's like, oh, it's the new talking point. It's like they're going to take it out. Of course they're going to take it out. Like, shit. Are you serious? They're going to have to leave this in here? Even IGN. Look at the God of War trilogy is getting a remake. But the question is, how 1-to-1 will these remakes be? And will they include the sex minigames? And should they? More of our thoughts here. Oh my God. They're going to have it. They're going to have it. Don't let the chuds win, please. No poll needed. No poll needed. Anyone who says it should be censored is worthless piece of shit who does not appreciate storytelling. They don't want to experience a story by someone else. They want to express control. If the game gets censored, it is worthless product and no one wants. There you go. I agree. That is shit. I hate it when they censor shit like that. And I hate it they take it out because even though David Jaffe probably doesn't like it, it should be preserved. It should be the same, except with better graphics, better UI systems, and better controls for modern sensibility. Make it just a little bit better. Okay? That's all you need to do, pretty much. Everything should be kept the same. Saved your click. Should the God of War trilogy remake include sex minigame? Look it. 79.7% 6%. Yes, keep that exactly as they were. Dude, exactly. No one cares. You're just starting stupid stuff. Just do a faithful remake. Just please stop. If you're going to do it, you're going to do a reimagining. Straight up, don't do a reimagining because censorship can lead to reimagines. They can. If it's censored too much, it could be a reimagine. I've even heard things that the remakes are going to take away the gore, the blood elements, the violence in the game, which is like, it's God of War, dude. You know how gory and bloody you? That's pretty much the premise of it, dude. It's like Mortal Kombat if you take out the fatalities. What the heck is then Mortal Kombat, you know? Like, get that shit out of here. These tourists, like straight up, you guys, I can't say it. I can't say it. It pissed me off. Even Pirate Nation. Sony is 100% censoring or removing these scenes in the God of War trilogy remakes. Yep. Like I said, this could be a succubus, you know, in the realm of a beautiful woman. You can do that. That would be a cool little nod to it. Be like, oh, that's why. Because Kratos is getting lured into it and stuff. You know, you could do that. I would be okay with that. It's a little fanficky, but I would be okay with that if they don't want to do it like the original where he just bangs chicks and then busts and he gets a bunch of like points from it, you know, kind of deal. I don't know. Just play the originals there, fuck up some way. Yeah, well, we'll see about that, but they probably will. They probably will, for sure. I wouldn't be surprised with that at all with God of War remake. But we have more with God of War. We're going to check more out here real quick. Let me see. We got Shill Kotaku and Shill IGN. Here's another one, guys. It's Insider Gaming. God of War Trilogy Remake features a new fighting system. All right. God of War Trilogy Remake is including a new technology and fighting system. Spotted in the video posted here, YouTuber Fuzz Posse asked God of War voice actor Christopher Judge if he's in the upcoming God of War remake. He said Kratos will be voiced by T.C. Carson, which is really cool. It's the OG Kratos, which is awesome. In the remakes, Christopher won't be in it. Remakes will have new technology, fighting system, and content. Let's see what else. Let me read this real quick. Can I open this? Because then I don't have to read the... If I have to, I'll read the article, but I want to read what this person said personally, you know, on the tweet. It's loading. Damn, it's slow. I don't know why it's so slow. I don't know why it's so slow. Why are you so slow? Why are you so slow? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You got this. Come on. I'm going to reload it real quick. Come on. Come on. Okay, it's not working. Come on. It's not loading. All right. Well, yeah. Okay. God of War Trilogy Remake is not a reboot. A remake is not a reboot and will feature new technology and new fighting system. New details were revealed that this new system would include or how it would change is previously. So they don't know, but it's going to be a new kind of technique. Will it be the third person over the shoulder one from like God of War 2018 or Ragnarok? Maybe. Maybe it's less going to be, you know, out and then fighting kind of style. Maybe it's going to be more closer. The camera will be closer to you. Who knows? Yeah, that God of War game, people love I like the 2018. I thought that was pretty good so far. Ragnarok, it was hit or miss, I think. It was fine, but it wasn't as good, I think, as 2018 for me. But yeah, let's see what else we got. So we had that Then we have God of War actor says new Santa Monica announcement will arrive late summer. Here we go. Something related to the Santa Monica and Christopher Judge will be revealed late summer. So probably Summer Games Fest or something. Spotted, formal thing. Yeah, we had 2018 Kratos actor, TC Carson, or Judge and TC Carson playing Kratos trilogy. We'll be hearing about what we're doing probably late summer, which hints on another announcement from Santa Monica. The video is currently unavailable for YouTube channel. All right, so we got that too coming. And then we got God of War Ragnarok data miner seemingly finds link to next game. So maybe God of War 6? Is that right? Yeah, 6. God of War 6. A data miner has seemingly found that which mentioned Athena and an Egyptian cat in the data mine. Okay. Since the announcement of God of War Ragnarok sequel appears to have references to Athena and Egypt. A new post discussing the determining related to this next game could be part of the next game. Ragnarok, Atreus killing the bear, finding Char. Okay. Now the user has to find hidden content. The determined content included a cutscene featuring Athena discussing Atreus and Odin. The Greek goddess of wisdom is apparently also referenced in the Robbed one, and his cutscene Athena's dialogue are to Lefko fidu dis las fasliu, which is Greek for the white snake will eat you, and one failed us, one reject us, probably referencing Odin failing the ones from the higher plane, and Atreus rejecting the mask. There's also a cutscene for Atreus where he talks to a character called Mayu. Mayu is also a cat in Egyptian and one of the manifestations of the sun god Ra. Okay. I think God of War Egypt would be pretty badass. I think that would be the next step after the Nordic. I think Egypt would be the next one for sure. Or they could do a thing where he goes back to his roots, where he's Greek. He goes to the Greek root again. And then he goes to Egypt. Maybe. Maybe he has to do something back in Greece. Maybe like something a little bit in the prologue. You go back for a little bit. And then most of the game you go to Egypt kind of deal. I could see that too. So yeah. Interesting though with those. So that's pretty much what God of War has. All this news. The show with Amazon, that's also happening. We got pretty much later summer, probably Summer Games Fest. We're going to have something with God of War remake, or I'm guessing God of War 6, maybe. Then we got Jeff, what's his name? I already forgot. The creator of God of War, not liking the Sons of Sparta game, and Sons of Sparta being the worst one in the franchise. So a lot of that. And probably censorship later down the line in the remake. So with new techniques. So there you go. That's all with the God of War, guys. A lot of God of War stuff came up. And I was like, okay, I think we should just have all this God of War right now in there. So there you go. And we're going to finish up this stream with Highguard. Because Highguard, oh boy, Highguard is coping. The cope is real for Highguard, guys. It really is. So this is Geeks and Gamers. Highguard's dev claims website outage is just an update, but critics aren't buying it. So it was like the beginning of the week or middle of the week or something. It was a few days. The website for Highguard was down. And people are saying, oh boy, here's the end of Highguard. You know, there was half of their studio got laid off. They are losing people. I don't know how fast they can drop the content for this game. You know, it's not doing so good. I think even the numbers for it, which I will check right now on SteamDB. Let's see, Highguard. How's Highguard doing at the moment? Let's see. Oh, you gotta be joking me. You gotta be joking me. Look at this. This is 1 week. Wait, let me see max. That's max. 1 week. 28 hours. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys, about this one.
Holy shit.
Players right now, 310. On a Friday, and it's 2:11. Which, you know, people are still coming. But look, 24 hours ago, 1,253. That's not good. For a free-ass game. Free to play. All-time 97,000. They almost hit 100,000 at all time. This is dwindling hard. It's not doing well. Let's see how it is. Twitch stats. 384 viewers right now. 24-hour peak, 616. Dude, this game is dead. Straight up. You can't help live service games. I'm telling you. Single player, if this had single player, you can still be like, okay, this could be interesting. You know, I could still check it out, play it, you know, whatever. But since it's free to play and it's live service, it's not gonna, it's gonna get the Concord treatment. Straight up. It's Concord 2 or Concord 3, or I don't know what Concord is. There's too many Concord games that, you know, have this style. 45% decrease. And then the people that like this game, good for you. You can like this game. But if you don't see the factual information that you're getting with this game, even though, you know, it's like people are hating because it's the new thing that's popular to hate. No, it's not. People just have actual real criticism. There are people that actually played it. Yeah, they're going to have some trolls here and there where people are just going to obviously review bomb it, obviously. But most of the time, there's actually honest criticism that gets distorted and forgotten about, because that is also negative when it's not negative. It's honest criticism. I've said that too. I've always wanted honest criticism, but the thing is, sometimes when I see games like this, it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look appealing to me, guys. It really doesn't. It's a game. It's a lot of games I've played before. I'm sorry. That's the fact. It's not appealing to other people as well. And that's just how it is. You can like it. It's fine. But how long will it last? You got to move on. You got to play something else. Play Marvel Rivals or Fortnite or Apex Legends or whatever you want to play. Overwatch. I'm just saying those games have more of a fan base than this will. Because this is just dwindling. There's no return of this. Even Helldivers 2, when it was the lowest at its peak, it still had a community and still people are playing it to this day. Even though that one lost like half of its community, it still has a passionate fan base for Helldivers 2, you know? Because Sony fucked up. They fucked up and a lot of people left. That's why Helldivers is not the same now. But, yeah, this is not good. This is not good. Let's go back to that article. So, yeah, it was down. Yeah, oh my gosh, Grum's always posting things. Highguard Dev says their website is down only because it's being transferred and simplified. Okay, web devs, I'm sure you'll always take down your main site while coding up this new one, right? Makes perfect sense. And also transfer to where? That's true. But even though I'm not, Grums is sometimes a dumbass, straight up. He's retarded in some instances. He has some points where he gets it right, but most of the time he's a dumbass. He's just a straight up dumbass. And we know that. We know that. He's not honest about it, and he just like sees it as is, and he pushes his own IDs, which is, yeah. Sometimes he has some good points. I'm not saying all the time. It's very rare when he gets a dub. But, yeah, whatever. I don't want to look at that. Because Grums is, he's pretty dumb sometimes, guys. Straight up. But, so all that happened. You know, the site was down. And, people were like, what is happening? Why was the site down? And all that. It's like, oh my God, what's happening? Well, after all that happened, more things came out about Highguard. Because we were thinking Jeff Keighley promoting it. It's a small indie development team. They need help. They need all the support. And then people found out, wait, there's more to this, right? How did they get this much money for this high budget game for an indie development team? Well, GameFile, Tencent was undisclosed lead financial backer of Wildlight Entertainment Highguard.
Holy shit.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Huh?
No!
Yup. And that's all you need to know. Because Tencent, the CCP, how you want to say it? I call them the Chinese BlackRock, to be honest, because they just buy everything. They just keep buying and doing things, you know, like everything, you know? That's straight up what it is. So it just, it kind of, I didn't think about it, but it kind of makes sense because remember it was like a year ago, that one guy came from Tencent and he was like, oh, we're helping all these people that lost their jobs. Come to us. We can help you. That one guy who got an award. And I was saying red flag because people found out, yeah, he was working for Tencent and he was getting devs to work for him and stuff, you know? It was weird shit going. I'm certain there will be public information or ties that could back up these claims if it is all true. So, Jeff Keighley, I guarantee Tencent paid him, but I can't prove it yet. Want to know who didn't disclose this to the public either? How bro hypes you up for the middest game ever made? There you go. There you go, guys. So, you know, it's a little bit fishy now about this whole thing with Highguard. Highguard developer Wildlife Entertainment is secretly backed by Tencent as the lead financial backer. Per sources in New Game File report, the founding was undisclosed during the game's development and troubled launch. There you go. Welcome to Highguard, Jeff Keighley. So Jeff Keighley is backing up. His credibility is done for, dude. Jeff Keighley, because of this. Like, if you thought he was a little bit fishy, you know, he was too good to be true, well, we just found out that's the case. And a lot of things are coming out about this. And it's not looking too good. With Jeff, credibility is kind of gone with them. But there's more to it as well. Because just today, I think this was today or yesterday, Highguard website is available again. So it's back up again. It's going to outlive Concord and potentially Marathon. I was almost sure this was the end. That's nice. So they still have maybe a chance. Yeah, but how long? How long? Question mark. Wasted. Why is this news? It's not like I'm playing the game. True that. True that. So yeah, it's back up. And they've added more things, guys. If you're excited for Highguard, new base and new raid tool coming later this week. At least they're adding stuff, you know? They're still adding stuff. That's the good part. Like, they're not just giving up on it. We're not doing shit for it. Oh, stop. Oh. Leaked footage from Highguard Studio.
Now! I'm trying. Keep developing Highguard, slave! Please, I can't! Do it now! I'm trying. Keep developing Highguard, slave! Please, I can't! Do it now! I'm trying.
That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. That's so crazy. I don't know, boss, but you need a miracle to escape this timeline. There you go. Concord, Highguard, Marathon, and that new Horizon game. The multiplayer. It's all live service games, too. Live service games are the problem right here. They're not good. Everyone wants to do the Overwatch hero shooter, Marvel Rivals, all that. Marvel Rivals was the only success. The games have already spoken. The gamers have already spoken. If you're somehow do a Cyberpunk 27 or No Man's Sky U-turn, then, well, that's a miracle, all right. Yep. It's a miracle, all right. So, I don't know about that, guys. Those updates are not going to help the game. But also, we have to talk about the shills that were shilling for this game. Because now they're going to get exposed. I don't know if their credibility was going to be... It's not just Jeff Keighley's credibility is going to go down. It's going to be those people who flew out to shill for, got the luxury hotels, got food, they played the game, blah, blah, blah. Like all that. And they always said good things about it. What's going to happen with those people, huh? Here's a fake wizard. Yes, every content creator and journalist that went on to Highguard's press event needs to be added to the Shilstein list. Those people are compromised and should never be taken seriously again. And here's Atreus. Every content creator who told you this game was amazing should have their names booked in the Shilstein list. Here we go.
That's it. It's over. Highguard is done. We told y'all it was going to be dead on arrival, and look at it. The site is already down, and
it came back, guys. It came back, so that's fine. But he is not lying about the people that shilled for this game real hard. They weren't honest. They weren't actually getting honest, critiqueful information. They just got paid to say what they needed to hear, like people wanted to hear. Because that's what happens. When you get paid out, you are compromised. You literally can't say this game is crap or this game is... You can't say that. You sign an NDA and you can't do that, your credibility is done for. You can't say anything bad about this sponsor or this product. It's just, it is. And it sucks. And companies shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be doing this at all if they actually want good results.
The producer of the game has already quit Twitter. It's over. With that in mind, though, I have an idea. Okay, I have a striking idea that we should employ. Every single content creator that went to that event, they got flued out, free drinks, free food, free hotels, all of that. We need all of their names, and they all need to be added to the Shilstein list. That's right. That's what I said. They all need to be added to the Shilstein list. Because how is it that us, the average gamers, that don't get flued out nowhere, that don't get paid to do nothing, we knew this was dead on arrival from the moment we saw it, but these niggas couldn't. These niggas are the ones that are tasked with informing you on whether or not you should spend your money and time. Your time is more important than your money. I don't care that the game was free to play.
I agree.
That's their job, and they failed to do it.
I agree.
They shouldn't be allowed to have a platform no more. Gather up all their names, get them on the Shilstein list, and every time they post something, they say something, they get downvoted into oblivion. Nobody want to hear shit from you no more, man. You're a shill.
Shilling for the win, huh? No, shilling for the loss. Shilling only helps in the moment, but when it creeps up on you, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good, guys. So, lesson to be said about shilling. probably don't chill. Don't chill, and let's just be honest, authentic, and transparent, because that's what people want. People want transparency, you know? People just want transparency. Here's Kata. Looks like the Highguard devs did in fact need players. We didn't need player accounts to be super huge in order to be successful. Highguard devs respond in posters declaring it dead on arrival. Yes, you do. You're a live service. You're free to play. Your player count is actually more important than people buying a single player game. The player count is very important, actually, for that matter, especially for a live service. If your live service has 1 or 2 people in there, you're not doing much. You're going to need to actually have microtransactions, which I don't like, but it's a free-to-play game. I give it that. You're going to have to up your game. And that's what all you can do with this. So, come on, like, it matters. It matters. Stop saying it doesn't matter. It matters. Okay, so let me see here. Here's another one. We're going to watch his video actually later. He said, don't listen to the haters. Sub 1 hour reviews don't matter. It's a hate campaign. People just didn't like the game. And if they involved people who gave them real feedback early instead of people gaslighting them, things could have been different. Yes, it could be. And here's this guy saying, Shinoba. Highguard developer Highguard Entertainment has seemingly laid off most of the staff, unfortunately, along with most of the team of Violet. I was laid off today. You know, it's all about the gamer's fault. It's always the gamer's fault, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're the problem for not supporting a game that most people don't vibe with, blah, blah. Dude, if gamers love this game, you would actually listen to the gamers, and you could actually change it up. First of all, these designs, they're not appealing. None of this game is appealing. Besides the horse mechanic where you can ride in first person. That's kind of cool. You know, there's some cool elements you could do in this, but it's not fun. It looks boring. Now, if you want to talk about boring, this is a boring-ass game. It's a mid-tier game. I'm sorry. There's nothing interesting about this game. I'd rather play anything else that's live service right now that I've been playing for already years than this. Why would I stop playing those games and play this instead? I already am playing those. I'm more invested in those games than this. I'm not moving over to this new game. Same with Marathon. Same with that Horizon game. I don't care. It doesn't look appealing to me. This one's just medieval Concord. The Marathon is just acid cyberpunk that doesn't look anything interesting. It just hurts my eyes, to be honest. A lot of colors everywhere. And the Horizon game looks like Fortnite ripoff Concord, too. I don't know. It's pretty shit. So, we're going to actually watch this video, since we're talking about it. And we're going to watch this last video before we stop today. I think that's pretty much it. We're going to watch Legendary Drops video. Oh my, I always press that. That's not what I want. Okay. We're going to watch Legendary Drops video. And it's called, I'm Sick of Being Blamed for Failed Games. Who isn't, right? Who isn't, right? What the? Dismiss. I don't know what the heck that is. Who isn't, right? You get blamed for not playing Dragon Age the Veilguard because it was, you didn't support it, or you did. It's like, yeah, you know who supported it? The Dragon Age community, and they didn't like it. You know, a lot of them didn't like it. Maybe some people liked it. Maybe they're like in-betweeners, but most people didn't like it. No one vibed with it because it just didn't vibe with that. You know, that game. I always bring Dragon Age the Veilguard, but people are always like, oh, people just want to hate it because it's the popular thing to hate. No, there was actually honest criticism people had, and most of them did not like it. That's why it flopped. You know, That's why it flopped. So let's listen to a legendary drop.
Highguard developers, as well as some in games media, have taken to crashing out, blaming the players for the game's failure instead of just...
Might watch this. I don't know. It's 20 minutes. But we'll watch this. Definitely check out Legendary Drops. This probably is a banger video. He does some really good videos because I saw this and I was like, yeah, this has to be one of them with Highguard. Has to be.
Confronting reality. I am so sick and tired of players being blamed for failed games. This weird expectation that the customer needs to be there to catch these developers when they fall, that they need to donate their empathy to those who do not understand the customer's needs, do not seem to care, and then want to stand around and act surprised when everybody's upset. This is not a charity. You are asking for people's time, for their money, and for their patience. If you guys just wanted their well wishes...
Time is more important than money. Time is more important than money. I just reviewed Return to Silent Hill, and I wasted time, and I don't want to do that. This is why it's very difficult for me to tell you if I want to waste my money and time on something, I will play it or I will review it and watch it. But if I just can't take it no more, I'm going to drop it because it's not worth my time, guys. It's getting harder and harder with so much stinkers out there. That I'm just looking for the good stuff now. I'm just looking for the things that actually intrigue me and I actually enjoy. So if you're blaming me for not playing your free-to-play game and I don't like it, I don't know what to say. Maybe your game sucks. Since it's free-to-play, more people should be playing, right? I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. I don't like it. I'm going to drop it. An hour or two, maybe, and then I'm going to drop it.
You wouldn't be putting a price tag on it. This is something that the industry at large just doesn't seem to understand. They don't get why players are so upset, why they're so loud, why they won't trust anyone. Instead, what they want to do is they want to call you entitled. Say that you're algorithm poisoned, that you're addicted to outrage without taking the time.
Exactly. And people say that to me too. Oh, you're just a grifter. You're just doing this and that. It's like, dude, I'm just saying it what I think it is. And yeah, for you, it might be negative, but in reality, it's actually a positive because with what you do and try to change in your reality is you can change it by actually looking at the facts of something, but also understanding why this is failing. It's almost like an algorithm pattern recognition, where you see a pattern happening. And when the pattern keeps going and going and going, and you just see failure after failure after failure, with BioWare, for instance, I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm done. I don't want to support this company anymore. I don't care about this company anymore. Like, the people that worked on those original IPs that I loved and cared for, those franchises, they're all gone. It's just the name of BioWare themselves. Straight up. The old school Dragon Age games, the Mass Effect games, the Old Republic, Jade Empire. Like, there's so many other games that they had back in the day that I really enjoyed. So I don't want to hear this shit that it's failed because it's because of the gamer's fault. No, it's because you made an incompetent game that was a lesser version of what it used to be better at. Now it's just new people taking it over, and I'm just sick and tired of it. And he's saying the same thing as most gamers are saying right now. It's like we're getting blamed for being more critical about things, but when the other side says, you're being too critical, they criticize it so much, they like, why can't I see freaking, remember Kotaku with videos where they were talking about in Street Fighter V, they wanted to see Oro's ball sacks because they were pissed off they couldn't see his ball sacks, his wrinkled up ball sacks and stuff like that. Like, that's a real thing Kotaku wrote. Or even the one during COVID where they said, oh, I love using Animal Crossing and playing with a butt plug. Vibrating butt plug with Animal Crossing. Straight up, those were articles Kotaku said. So, cut this shit out with this. You guys criticize as much as everyone else criticizes things. Stand up. That's the truth. You know, you can critique. You can critique what you see in a movie. When you see a trailer, you You pretty much judge it if I'm going to watch this movie or not. It looks good, it looks bad. People judge it. But you have to play the whole game, buy it full price, and play it beginning to end to actually say that you like the game. No, I don't need to. Or if there's a demo, that's actually appropriate. I wish more games had demos because then I could actually see if I like the game or not, kind of deal, But I'm not paying full price for that shit, dude. I'm not doing that. So, yeah. It's the same thing, or if you're buying a house. I said this too a few days ago. If you're buying a house, you get a demo of checking out if you like it or not. It's like, you have to like this house I went to or checked it online. I'm going to buy this house or, rent this place. Like, you're going to check it out, obviously, and then you're going to see everything about it. You're going to critique it. You're going to have a criticism of it. You need to. No, I'm just going to accept it and buy it as is. You got to be fucking kidding me. Like, it's only in the gaming industry that they push this dumb narrative that you have to play it to the beginning to end to understand it. Or even begin to play. No, I see it as is, and I don't like what I see. That's it. First impressions are the most important. That's what they say, and it is very important. It really is. First impressions are everything, and it's the harsh reality, but that's what it is.
Time to realize they are the ones that created this monster. They did get one thing right. Players do want to see games fail, but that's not because they're evil or entitled. It's because they're sick of not being listened to. So when words fail them, they realize the only language left was consequences. The video game industry suffers from a severe lack of accountability and self-awareness to the point that now it's honestly just getting hard to comprehend. The same lessons get taught over and over, and nothing ever gets learned because the people that are making those mistakes refuse to believe that it is them. And we see this every single time a game fails. There's always an excuse that's deflecting around the obvious. The market's tough. We didn't time our release right. The genre's oversaturated. And now their new favorite, it's the players, it's content creators, it's the culture. Apparently, we manifested...
It's always the culture war thing, too, every time. It got negative because of the culture war pushback. Bro, that is the small majority why people didn't want to play that game. It's so tiny because people online are so loud. It's so tiny. It's like the culture war is yes, it is a problem for sure with the little tiny perspective, yes. But it's very tiny compared to normal average gamers that don't watch any of that and just watch, play games. And then they just, for some reason, they find out, what was that? I didn't like that. Why was that put in my game? Kind of deal. People are just waking up to just naturally to it. It's not that. I'm just telling you, it's not that. It's so tiny. The internet is as tiny as you think it is. Yes, it's loud and big because everyone hears it on the internet. But in reality, it's not like that. And in reality, people are rejecting these games, these big AAA games, and these tainted now franchises. It's because they're wanting something new, and they don't want stuff to be pushed. Even if it's pushed in some way, they don't want to listen to it no more. And they're just sick and tired of just all the BS they've done. Because they did it to themselves. The industry did it to themselves. So
their failure into existence and unfairly got what we asked for. We've watched this same cycle for the past few years. A game gets announced and it genuinely breaks your brain trying to figure out how that game even got greenlit. Developers in condition so sheltered that the second...
We just had the one with David Jaffe with God of War. He said the same thing. Why was this game made? How was this game made? He said that with Sons of Sparta. The same situation.
That game touches sunlight, it just evaporates. The character designs, the themes, the gameplay, the genre. Players look at it and they feel two things at the same time.
I always ask that question.
Offended that the industry thinks this is worth their money and frustrated that this industry refuses to save itself. So then what happens? Well, the trailer gets downvoted into oblivion. Social media lights up. People say very clearly and directly, this is not what we want. The industry ignores it, calls it noise, pretends that it's the fringe. And then, well, the game launches, nobody shows up. And somehow, yet again, well, it can't possibly be them. No. It has to be the players. In 2026, that game was Highguard. Everybody knew it was going to fail. Everybody said that it would. Hell, I made a video the day after its announcement saying exactly that. It looked half-baked. It looked like it needed more time. It needed to go into beta. That feedback...
It really did need more time. I think it definitely needed more time. It just, people didn't vibe with it. Even at the Game Awards, when Jeff Keighley said that was the last announcement, people were just meh. They didn't like it. Even though a lot of them said, oh, this is slop. I wouldn't say this is slop, but it's not good. It's very mediocre at best. But it just wasn't good. For the last thing, you would think it would be amazing and wow factor. It was actually a very meh kind of thing. I was like, I don't want another live service. What is this? Like, give us something actually interesting, unique. This wasn't unique at all.
Was everywhere. The entire internet was criticizing it. Then the game released and it failed. Oh my gosh, what a surprise. Now we have the developers placing the blame at the feet of the players and content creators while assuming none of it themselves. Josh Sobel, one of the technical artists on Highguard, took to Twitter to write a lengthy reflection about how gaming culture destroyed the game. I'm not going to read the entire thing, but you do need to see just how out of touch this mindset is, because every time they say this stuff, it just proves the players right.
Yep.
Josh opens with, the day leading up to the Game Awards 2025 was amongst the most exciting of my life. After 2.5 years of passionately working on Highguard, we were ready to reveal it to the world. The future seemed bright. Everyone I knew who had a connection to the team or the project had shared the same sentiments. It's lightning in a bottle. I trust this team wholeheartedly. If there's one project nobody in the industry is worried will fail, it's yours. This has mainstream hit written all over it. There's no way.
Toxic positivity right here, guys. I'm going to tell you right now how I feel. No, they don't. They don't tell you because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. It's always about the feelings, you know? Like, let's be honest. You know, I like to be honest when I have criticism. I always ask, you know, people that follow me or watch me, I always ask, do you like this? Do you don't like this? Am I doing it shit? Should I do better? You know, I always try to do that. And most of the time I just do my own thing, you know? And I try to work on it if I can, you know, if it's possible. But this is why it's better to have multiple different feedbacks than freaking just your own ego putting everything into it. And then you're finding out that it sucks and you didn't have any feedback to it. That's what I'm talking about here. So, yeah, the industry is in a bubble, and the bubble is bursting faster than ever, and they need to get out of the bubble and see how real gamers actually are. And talk to them. Talk to the real gamers. Understand them more. Because you're trying to get this new kind of gamer, this new trend, this modern audience trend that doesn't really exist. It really is a small amount of people that are like that. And that's not what they should be focusing on. They should be focused on people that actually are real gamers, that are actually understanding and like gaming as it used to be. Now it's not. Now it's like a different beast. And now it's like more corporate, more like Hollywoodified. And that's why it's going down. Hollywood's going down. So is the gaming industry going down. That's just the reality of it.
Hey, this will flop. I could play this all day. Now, either you are surrounded by professionally trained bioengineers,
but then you have also indie, mid-tier, and Eastern games that are doing really well. So it's not like the gaming industry is not dying, per se. It's just AAA is losing it. We got hidden gems here and there that are actually doing really well, and some indie games are doing things that you would never think of, or games that you've missed in the past and wish they would bring back. They would bring it back in a new way with new stories, new game, similar gameplay styles back in the day, you know? It's like, that's what gamers want. People are looking at those and they're like, damn. Now, those are the games I'm actually more interested in now. Those indie games, you know, those mid-tier games. They look really fun, you know?
Engineered gaslighters, or you made this the hell up. There is no way. This is way too on the nose. It's almost stereotypical. Who would actually go out and say there's no way this game will flop? If there's one project nobody in the industry is worried will fail, it's yours. Jeff, you did this, didn't you? You said this to them. Your game was sheltered. I assumed as much, and I said as much in my review after the game had launched. Hell, I even think I said it in my intro. The more that I played it, the more I watched on as people with zero stake in the outcome cheered it on that probably weren't even playing it themselves. The more obvious it became to me and also to everybody else that this game was a casualty of toxic positivity, no different than Concord, because otherwise it would have never made it to market. Mining rocks in a first-person shooter, massive maps with 3v3 and 5v5, even when you bumped it up later, a shooter where players barely engage unless they're standing on an objective, a game that makes you feel like you're only fighting other players, maybe 25% of the time, no progression, no leader.
Watching this gameplay, it's still boring looking. I don't know, guys. It's so boring. Dude, please put some other kind of gameplay than this. I'm sorry, but it's not good.
Board's no scoreboard, a hero shooter where the heroes make isekai protagonists look original, and nobody noticed that. You're trying to tell me nobody said anything. Nobody at a single point said, hey, you know what? Something might be wrong here. This is the stuff that drives players up the wall because it is so self-inflicted. These are not subtle problems. A Candy Crush gamer could call this stuff out. So either you didn't listen, didn't want to hear it, or no one around you was willing to say it. You were surrounded by people that were being supportive for the sake of being supportive, people that cared more about your feelings than they did about your results. And at the end of the day, the product that you made is what happens when you get a shooter that is built inside of a padded room, insular, coddled, and completely disconnected from what players have been asking for and what they have made blatantly obvious over years of public failures. And it's no wonder that you were surprised when your game finally touched reality. Josh continues with his experience saying, but then the trailer came out and it was all downhill from there. Content creators love to point out the bias in folks who give positive previews after being flown out for an event, but ignore the fact that when their negative leaning content gets 10 times the engagement of the
positive bombing. That's also, usually it's just bots giving positive feedback. There's very positive, people always talk about review bombing. I've said this too many times. There's positive bombing, and that's also a factor. There's not actually regular criticism where it's actually input that's good. Sometimes it's, you need a non-biased opinion, and I try to do that as much as I can, but sometimes when they creep into franchises I love, it gets to the point where I'm like, I'm just pissed off. I just don't want you guys in this fandom kind of deal. Like, more gatekeeping, I guess, in some way, because we can have people that come into fandoms, and I feel like it's fine with people that come in fandoms and try and do what, they understand. Maybe it's not meant for them, but they understand it. But they don't change the fandom. They don't say, we're going to regulate how you act or how you do this. That's when it's a problem. That's when I'm like, yeah, I think that's not the way to go, guys. That's going to ruin people. So, yeah.
Positive, they've got just as much incentive to lean into a disingenuous direction, whether consciously or not. Now, to say...
No, it's not. Maybe trolls will. Maybe there are people that are pushing narratives, yes. But most gamers out there, I feel like, have fair criticisms in some areas. Yes, there are people that troll, and there's a lot of trolls out there, which... I get them. A lot of people get trolls. It is what it is. But, yeah, you're going to have fair criticism. So if it's a fair criticism that is downvoted because they didn't like it, maybe it's less good than good, it's worse, then that's review bombing. Like, no, that's kind of bullshit, that's bullshit, but to each their own, I guess, but it's just ungenuine. It's ungenuine of understanding both sides of the argument. You're just saying it's bad because it's bad. No, that's not how people think. Like, people just see things, you see it, you hear it, and you understand. Your brain literally says, oh, I don't like that. That looks dumb. It's like, oh, wait, actually, this is not for me, guys. Kind of deal, People it's just not made for you or whatever, People will give it a shot, People are reasonable to give things a shot, but if they don't like it, they don't like it. Move on.
time, I'm going to summarize a bit. He goes on to say that he got personally targeted too. He went private on Twitter to protect his sanity, and content creators saw that and turned it into a storyline, calling him a coward and sending angry waves of people into his replies. He said people laughed at him for being proud of the game, told him to go fill out a McDonald's application, and even mocked him for listing autism in his bio. I still don't understand why people do that. And I'm just going to stop it right.
You probably got made fun of because you put autism in your bio. That's already a red flag right there. That's the reason why. It wasn't because of the game. It's like, come on, dude. No receipts again, of course.
Right there.
Never.
Now, this guy is referencing me directly, so I have to respond to this. I am the one that pointed out how preview events are terrible for feedback, that they almost lead to nothing but glowing coverage. I've been to plenty of them. I know how it works. It's not even the point of it being a paid trip part. I think that's the laziest part of this conversation. I'm talking about the event itself, the drinks, the food, the social energy, seeing people that you know, seeing people that you don't. You're not locked into judging these games like a customer would.
Yeah.
You're basically at a party and the game is just background music. And even if you do have criticism, there is real
popular opinion needs to get out the window. If you see other people liking something, and if you're vibing and it's not your thing, and you see other people saying, why is this not your favorite? And they're like, no, I don't like this. Maybe this needs to be changed or something, you know? Like, yeah, there is actual feedback there. Maybe that person didn't like that, you know? You can't please everyone. I agree that. You can't please everyone. But when you see everyone saying the same thing over and over, you kind of question it. Is this paid off? You know, kind of deal. So people need to have their own look at things. I think there can be a center point where people feel reasonable in some areas. And then there's just tiny things that you can criticize. And then if there's big things to criticize, that's no good, right? But if there's tiny things, that's fine. You know, things you could change here and there, that little tiny things. But when it's big, oh, no, you can't do that, you know?
Social pressure there. You are now face-to-face with these developers. You are surrounded. You are not trying to be the guy who is killing the vibe. That is poison to honesty. That's not bribery. It's just human behavior.
Toxic positivity. Yep.
But you want to go and flip this into content creators did this to us, that me and others disingenuously attacked your game because negativity gives us 10 times the engagement. You have no idea what you are talking about.
True.
And honestly, it explains a lot. It explains why your game failed, why so many other games are failing, why games media is struggling, because you people do not understand other people. You do not understand basic social behavior. And also for the...
I talked about good games a lot. I just made a top 10 most anticipated games in 2026 games I'm actually hyped for and I am actually interested in, guys. So what are you talking about? It's always negative. Everything's always negative. No, get the fuck out of here with this always negative. It's not always negative. It's just pure honesty. And if that is negative to you, I'm sorry, reality is going to hit you harder than you think. Because that is what. I just want to be transparent to everyone that, you know, I talk to and play these games. Like, I'll tell you, sometimes I joke around. Yeah, you know, it's funny and all, whatever. But, like, people want authentic people that actually they can trust and are very transparent to the customer, or even you guys that are watching me. Like, why would I lie? Why would that do anything if I lied to you? Like, why would I? That would just expose the person who I am. I'm just a faker then, if that's the case. Like, why would I do that, you know? People, oh, you would say that. No, I wouldn't. Like, why? There's no point. There's no point, dude. There's no point. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I lost my point there for a second. I lost my train of thought. But, yeah, let's continue with this. But it is a thing where it's always negative. Everything's negative, you know. That's not true, because some stuff that are usually comes up, and people have a conversation or with others on podcasts and this, and they have an open mind and open stand. They can talk anything. Sometimes the truth comes out, and a lot of actual points that you didn't think of come up, and you're like, oh, shoot, actually that person was kind of right when they said that, kind of deal. Like, I didn't think about it like that, you know? Maybe I should have thought it like that, you know? it opens your brain to something a little bit more different where you didn't think about like that before. But when it's just everyone's telling you the same thing over and over, you're like indoctrinated to the media, always telling you this is great, this is great, this is great. And then you don't see past that, and it's just that. You play it, and then you're like, well, this is a piece of shit. Why did I actually believe them when they said this, kind of deal, Yeah, it's interesting how that goes. It's very hard to trust the people you think you can trust and the people you can't trust. It's very hard in that situations, but yeah, that's why gamers are built different like that.
Record, 6 out of the top 12 videos on this channel are positive. I am not some rage merchant that can only function off of hate. Yes, I do critical content. That is the theme of the channel.
Yeah, there is critical content. I said that too. It's like not really raging. I do critical stuff too, my thing. Okay, maybe I'll do like a thumbnail that triggers someone and they'll probably do something. But that's because that's the game. You have to be doing that because people you want to click on the video. You have to get a good thumbnail going, or something,
Compare, contrast, and I react to what's being said around a lot of these games, but my opinions do not create public opinion. They are a lightning rod, a loudspeaker for people who already feel something.
Yeah, I will never tell you how to spend your money. I will never tell you how to think. I'm just saying you how I feel, and that's pretty much it, and how I see things. And if that resonates with you, good for you. If it doesn't, then, I don't even call myself an influencer. I hate the word influence because I'm not influencing anyone. I'm just pointing out things I see and what's vibe. Maybe some things that I said today that probably was like, nah, I don't believe that. I don't think Peti said that right or something. But then other people, and then other things you said, I was like, oh, actually, that resonates with me, what he said, kind of deal. Like, everyone can disagree to agree or just disagree, to be honest. That's also the thing. Or agree. I don't know. Something, It's all that.
Content creators cannot make people love a bad game. We can't make people hate a good one. The people who grow in this space are the ones who naturally resonate with others, not the ones that are trying to force a narrative. Being a contrarian does not work for you. People just want a fresh perspective, true, but at the same time, they're trying to seek out what they are already interested in. Go type in, I hate Dark Souls into YouTube, and you're going to find a bunch of videos that are just not dominating the conversation. The algorithm is still going to try to shove you into positive Dark Souls videos because that's what people actually want, except for Dark Souls 2, but that was actually a bad game, and that totally deserves to get routinely dogged on. But that's how the internet works. That's how people work. If you genuinely believe that content creators can just decide to tank your game for engagement, then you fundamentally misunderstand how attention works. And if you don't understand how attention works, well, then you probably don't understand how interest works. And if you don't understand how interest works, well, you're going to have a really hard time making something that people are actually interested in. The algorithm does not manufacture desire. All it does is amplify it. If negative videos about your game were getting 10 times the engagement, that's not because us creators flipped the switch. It's because that friction was already there. Skepticism was already there. People already had something that they didn't like about it, and the algorithm just poured gas.
Then you would have videos that are not just fully positive. You would have games like, okay, you would have videos about Highguard talking about, so what can be changed to make this game better or something like that. And you don't look at that. You just look at the ones that are like, this game is cooked, this game is flopping, this blah, 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 blah. Like those things, that already triggered you for clicking the video. But maybe there's actually, in that video itself, there's actually honest, authentic criticism, but for some reason that's negative. Obviously, it's the clicking game. You have to have a nice title. You have to get a crazy thumbnail. But when you actually watch the video itself, it's actually probably really informative. You just don't know that because that's already bad. Most people I've clicked on my videos in the past, I've said too, they just got raged. They were raging on my comments just because of my thumbnail or my title. They didn't even see what the video was about. I even said, do you even know what this video was about? And they wouldn't even answer me. Some of them are just bots, straight up. I think they're just bots. But they just don't understand, or they're from another another country and they don't understand, and they somehow just are just upset because they're upset. Like there's actually real informative things I've said, but for some reason it's not, I guess. And it's actually like articles I actually take, and there's information I actually take here and there. Yes, I also go on like X or things because sometimes I got info there. And then there's other places and other areas I look to. I look in other areas everywhere to find different information. It's not like, oh, I just pulled it out of my ass, kind of deal. Like, no, it's just, or sometimes when I see something, I read it, I sometimes question it, and I also have a gut feeling about it. That's just me though. But that's just my opinion. That's how I feel, all that, blah, blah, blah. But it doesn't mean it's real, but who knows? It could be real. I don't know.
On it. I really hope game developers are watching this. This is probably the most important and the most valuable bit of insight that I could give you. If you think that content creators cause the reaction, you are missing the most important step. You should be asking, why did the reaction resonate? You should be asking, why aren't people excited? Why are the comments negative? If your first instinct is to blame the amplification instead of the signal, well, all you're doing is just blaming a thermometer for a fever. You are so sheltered that you are instinctively deflecting any type of accountability before it even shows up at your door. Content creation success is about resonance. Video game success is about resonance. You cannot strong-arm people into liking something. You cannot strong-arm people into hating something. You cannot guilt people into anything. You cannot shame people into showing up. That doesn't work in any industry. So when I see a game developer that comes out that says that they believe that content creators are the ones that drove failure because negativity performs better, what that tells me is somebody believes that attention is something that you can control. And
it's always the negative. Interesting, right? It's always the negative that brings more views that they are always saying. But when there's positive stuff, that also brings views. But they never bring up the positive or the things that actually are more informative and more interesting. They always think everything's just rage bait. It's not. Maybe, yeah, there are things that are obviously rage bait. You see it on X all the time too, where people actually post stuff that actually are real rage bait. But there are actually real criticism that they just don't want to listen to. Is that rage bait? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, guys. I think it's better to look at any side of the argument and try to find a fairness to this, a ground where everyone can be okay with. But that thing, they don't want to listen to that, and they don't want to have the conversation. And that's why we're in the problem that we have now in these industries and these franchises. This is what's happening because no one wants to have the honest, transparent conversation here, even though, some people, they can't change their minds. They won't change their minds. Some people are like that. They're built like that. And those people are going to be a problem to have even a conversation with because they just won't. But then there are people that will have the conversation, and maybe after, who knows, they might change their minds or they might have a different viewpoint at something. It's okay to have that talk with each other. It's okay. So I'm just saying, as is, this is the problem in the industry, and I feel like it could be solved with just normally talking to your audience, talking to the fan base, having a bigger, broad understanding what people want, what gamers want, it doesn't matter even in game. It's just industry. Like fans want, people want, the real authentic people, not
that's the case. It makes
fake.
Makes a lot of sense why you made a game that you thought people should
not like the fake algorithm, overhyped bot answers. Not those. Please don't.
Rather than a game that they actually did. This industry needs to start asking, why are players so upset? Where are these reactions coming from? Why are they resonating so hard? Why don't they trust us? Why does it seem like they hate us? What do they actually get from our failure? And if they ask those questions, all they would have to do is look in the mirror.
Yup. I've said this too. Easily, if we had this conversation and you had people like this, what did you want? What would you like? Like all this input, this could all go away. All of this problem, you could have a prosperous gaming industry right now if you can just actually understand your core audience. But you don't. Instead, you like to attack your core audience. You say, because of that, this is why it flopped. And it's content creators are the problems with it. It's like, bitch, no. It's not that. It's freaking, we're telling you what we want, but you never listen. You never listen. And it's actually very simple what gamers want, too. It's very simple. It's just they don't want to listen. You know, it's very simple. Most of us growing up back in like the 90s, early 2000s, it's very simple what we want, to be honest, with games. Movies too, but it's very hard for them to do that too. It's very difficult for both entertainment platforms have to, or not platforms, entertainment, what is it called? Entertainment group, I guess. One is centered with film, the other one with it's interactive gaming kind of deal. Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's really actually simple, but for some reason it's not simple. So
now, I originally wasn't going to comment on any of this developer's posts outside of my live stream because I felt like I had already said what I needed to say in my review. But this last point in his response made me realize just how big this problem actually is and how the industry needs a very...
What is this game? What the heck is this
clear answer? Josh went on to place the blame at the feet of players, pointing out meme phrases like Concord 2 and Titanfall 3 died for this. He also claimed that the game got hammered at launch with 14K review bombs from users.
Titanfall 2 was a better game, though, than Concord, so I don't know why that failed. I have no clue why, so...
with less than an hour of playtime, saying that most of them didn't even finish the tutorial. And then he says this. In the discussions about Highguard, Concord, 2XKO, and such, it is often pointed out by gamers that developers like to blame...
Yeah, but 2XKO hasn't been advertised anywhere, and you have to download it from a site. It's not on Steam, it's not on Epic, it's not on GOG, and people are just confused where to play this game. And that game is still getting developed. It's still in beta or something, right? It's like, yeah, people are not talking about it because... you know, it's not really advertised. There's nothing really for it to get really invested into, you know? And if there's no investment into it, then there's no people wanting to actually play the game because they don't see anything special about it, you know, kind of deal. I don't know. To be honest, I thought it looked good art-wise. It doesn't look that bad. It's just, I don't know, something about it. It's like, I have other fighting games I'm playing, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to start with another fighter. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I'm just sticking with the games I know, like Dead or Alive, Tekken, Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, stuff like games like those. I'm just stick to those core, Smash Brothers, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to start with that. And plus, I'm not like a League of Legends guy. And that's another reason why I'm not really into that world. Like, I'd rather play Dragon Ball Fighter Z because I know more because I'm used to more Dragon Ball, but that's just me.
Gamers for their failures. And that's silly, as if gamers have no power, but they do, a lot of it. I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and that the game would have thrived without negative discourse, but it absolutely played a role. All products are at the whim of consumers, and the consumers put an absurd amount of effort into slandering Highguard, and it worked. Look, man, I don't want to repeat myself, but this game was not review bombed, and I'm so sick of seeing developers try to hide behind this excuse. Yes,
I agree. It wasn't really review bombed. Nope.
There were troll reviews like there always are, but
yeah, that's what I said. There's always troll reviews. You're always going to have that, but I don't think it's actually review bombed either.
Ton of the sub 1 hour reviews were mostly people that were talking about crashing, performance issues, and actual gameplay problems. A Highguard match is 8 to 30 minutes. That is plenty of time for you to know if you are having fun. People didn't like the game. They stopped playing it. End of story. You do not get to under 2,000 concurrent players and layoffs because of review bombing. You get there because you have a poorly managed studio that didn't take in any feedback, and you made a game that people did not want to play. And for all the comments on the players, this industry needs to stop blaming the culture that they created. I'm going to say that again as clearly as possible because for whatever reason, people in this industry still want to act confused as to why players are so savage. You created this, not us. Stop blaming us for your mistakes. Start making better games or find another.
Gamers are more rebellious, to be honest. Gamers will be passionate. They're probably one of the most passionate people I know. When things they don't like, they get really hyped up, dude. But yeah, you don't mess with the gamers. You don't mess with them.
Other fucking job. It is not gaming culture's fault that you go on social media looking for affirmation and praise for your video game. That is on you. You are the one that put your balls in a bear trap. There's part of me, and I will say this, when I hear these discussions and I hear these devs talking about all the hate that they receive, how there has to be a better way to communicate.
And if you can't handle all this industry is not for you. This industry is not for you if you can't handle the truth and the criticism and just gaming in general, like everything about it. Even back in the day when you had those lobbies and you spoke what it was, the brutal, pushback, people joking, people like cussing everyone out. Back then, those lobbies, yeah. I grew up. I remember playing through those. I remember those days. So you have to be, if it like, ouch, that hurt. But then you do a comeback after that, It was like that. You had to come back. You had to think about a comeback because if you didn't have a comeback, you're going to get burnt. Just dissing each other.
Kate, I think to myself, you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm taking this a little bit too personally. And then I snap out of it.
Especially if you sucked at the game. You sucked at the game. If you couldn't take it, you're out. You were just out. Like, you just like, damn, fuck this, I'm leaving, kind of deal. I still get it sometimes, even when I'm playing Marvel Rivals. Like, people like, dude, you suck. You just suck, bro. Just get good, like something. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I'll get good another time. I don't even care anymore. That's like I'm like, yeah, whatever, kind of deal. It's like, I just don't have that mindset anymore because I'm older now. Maybe I can't really do any of those comebacks. Maybe if I'm playing with friends, I'll just mess around or something, but I just don't care as much anymore. But that's pretty much gaming culture. Like, it was always like that. It was very competitive. People want to play this and that. It's a different thing. And a lot of newbies, like new people that come in, a lot of tourists are trying to take that away from the gamers. And that's when, people push back.
I don't support these guys getting attacked. I don't attack them. I don't send people their way. This is all tone policing coming from people that are asking for my money. It is a way to strawman this entire conversation by pointing out freaks online who send threats so that you don't have to deal with normal customers saying this
always
sucks.
No
and if you
receipts.
ignore normal feedback long enough,
Always.
You teach people the only language that you respond to is consequences. You want to know why players are so mad? You want to know why they don't trust you? You want to know where this culture is coming from?
Yep.
We went from buying and owning our own games to an industry that is actively litigating and lobbying against our right to ownership, pressuring us into subscription services so they can drip feed us access and eventually...
Yes, this is definitely probably the biggest point of all. It is this. This is one of the biggest points for sure. This is definitely might be the biggest thing too, for sure. 100%. He's speaking facts.
They feed us ads inside of games that we already paid for. We watched an industry with no microtransactions turn into an industry that begs for more money at every opportunity.
Yes, you don't buy a game at launch just full price, expensive, to get more things put into your game, and you need to buy more things. Yep.
Microtransactions turning into macro transactions, bundles that cost more than full games, skins that are pushing $500, hidden stores for whales who have already spent $10,000 so that people can drop almost $50,000 on a spaceship. And even when we do try to support indies or Kickstarters, well, they still get bait and switched and left with nothing.
True.
We stand by and suffer while the industry parades around purposefully misinterpreted data claiming that women make up 50% of gamers and then use that as a cover to drain personality, flavor, and
True, and true. He's cooking. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Huh?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Challenge out of our games that we've supported for years, studios that we have supported for years, all in the name of wider appeal, to the point that you now have the producer of World of Warcraft saying that, well, they wish they hadn't called it Warcraft because it sounds too intimidating. That's where we're at right now. The end result of this has been an industry that is so greedy and so blind and so tone deaf to their audience that they can't even see the cliff that they are driving off of, even with every single sign screaming at them to turn around. Everything is TAM, total addressable market. This fantasy that there are millions upon millions of gamers that are out there that they just haven't captured yet. We just gotta...
Is that the Winds of whatever East or whatever it's called? I think this is that game. I could be wrong. Or maybe this is Neo 3, probably.
Find them. Meanwhile, the people that are actually keeping these guys in business are getting treated like obstacles. So they keep slopping out remasters and remakes to farm our nostalgia. They poison our experiences with more monetization to satisfy their investors. And even while they're making more money than they ever have, they still...
Remakes can be good. I'm not against remakes or remasters. Maybe more remakes recently. I think remasters are still good. It just needs to be well done. If it's like Final Fantasy VII kind of remake, which is not a remake or reimagining, then yes, they suck in that aspect in story department. Gameplay, I kind of still like Final Fantasy VII gameplay-wise. I don't hate it that much like some other people. But story, absolutely, definitely a reimagining, for sure. So, you know, that's here nor there, but yes, he's right about that.
Have the gall to tell us that we need to pay even more. And it hasn't stopped. The industry is fully committed to this idea of trying to take as much
as remakes are just things where it's like, oh, it's better graphics, better UI, better controls, but we also took this out because it's not appropriate today's era. So this is the new shiny thing. That's a remake too. So they usually do that. So they lied to the customers that remakes are the same game with a new engine. They've lied about that. It's not just a new paint. They've added new things or they've taken new things. Well, adding new things is not bad, but taking away things is bad.
Possibly can from its audience, squeezing, extracting, pushing, to the point that it's now costing them their quality and it's costing us our enjoyment. Ask the developers of Highguard, who were apparently only given a couple of weeks to design their characters because apparently they had concept artists moonlighting as people that were managing their microtransactions. We see you. We know what you are. You're not fooling anybody. Don't try to give us any of this. We tried to do it the indie way shit. I remember not all that long ago, Mark Dara, formerly of BioWare, went onto YouTube after the backlash of Dragon Age the Veilguard with a video that was titled, $70 Doesn't Buy You Cruelty. Same playbook, same tone policing that we're seeing right now, dragging out the most extreme examples so that normal criticism gets framed as evil. Another game that was supposed to be live service that pivoted last minute, stuff with messaging for an audience that was outside of its own, unrecognizable from what came before. And then right after that, we had an executive from EA saying out loud that they thought that...
There you go. Dragon Age creator says EA Access thought BioWare fans would eat whatever slop they were given since the nerds in the cave would always show up for an RPG because it was an RPG. Oh my God.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
This is what I'm talking about. Stop eating the slop. You see how much people and the I feel like there's people that are really coping out there. There's a lot of copers out there. I'm telling you, the copium is real. There's a lot of cope. I'm sort of in the boat where a lot, like I said, I don't care your studio who's making it no more. I care about who's creating it now. Because studio doesn't mean shit no more. I've said that about Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog used to be one of my favorite studios. And now it's my least favorite. One of them, the least favorite studios now. Even though I like their old stuff and I go back to play their old stuff all the time, I'm just not really liking this new Naughty Dog. I just dislike what they're doing. So I could say the same with BioWare, since it's Dragon Age right here. BioWare of today is not the BioWare of year. Those people that made your favorite franchise, your favorite stories, your favorite games, those are all gone. So the new Mass Effect that will be coming out, which is Mass Effect 4 or 5 or whatever, it's going to be made by brand new people. You don't think that game is going to have problems at launch? I like at launch, maybe graphically, gameplay wise, or just story wise, something about it is not going to hit as hard as the original trilogy did. I'm just telling you, it's not gonna. Andromeda didn't, and they tried something new in Drama, and it didn't hit because it wasn't that special flair they had from the beginning. They were trying to use the Mass Effect name and try to start a new kind of series with that, but it didn't work. So they're like going back, and they're like, oh, we got to continue the story when there is actually an ending to the story in 3. So what are you continuing? What's the way into the future? Or what? It doesn't make no sense. Even though I want to see what they do with Mass Effect, the next one, I'm not expecting too much from it. I put my expectations real low for that one.
Fans would eat up whatever they put out because the nerds in the cave always show up for an RPG because it's an RPG. Yeah, but then those players didn't show up. What these guys haven't realized yet is that the players have shifted right alongside the industry. An industry that is
that Veilguard?
Because it's an RPG. Yeah, but then those players...
Despite having 1.5 million players, Dragon Age The Veilguard missed EA targets by 50%.
No!
Well, I'm just saying, you could be a fan of these franchises, fine. You could be a fan of this too. But the reality is, you're going to be the only one, and that's fine. There's games out there that other people hate and dislike, most hated, but I still like it. That is fine. But reality-wise, I don't think it will be the one. Maybe in the future, maybe you'll make up your mind, but who knows? It depends. It depends on the person, I guess. It depends on if you're really a huge fan. Because I have concerns about Resident Evil 9 Requiem myself, and I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. So, yeah, I'm in the same boat, guys.
Didn't show up. What these guys haven't realized yet is that the players have shifted right alongside the industry, an industry that has been in contempt of its own audience, serving up slop and trying to extract as much revenue as possible until people finally internalize the truth that this Highguard developer just stumbled upon. Players do have the power. We use it, and we use it with purpose. This industry is
how you use it? You talk with your wallet. That's how you use it, guys. That's when you know. That's when you know they need to listen. When you're talking with your wallet, meaning you don't spend, they'll listen. They'll listen. Trust me. They need it as much as everyone else needs it. So
their audience, that the only language that they understand, the only language that matters is money, not essays, not forums, not surveys, money. So they go out and they downvote these trailers into oblivion. They roast these games on social media. They watch videos and support creators that are already talking about what they're thinking. And they then go and do the one thing that they know that always lands. They don't buy it. They don't play it. And I hope you know that when these players start rooting for failures, it's not because they hate games. It's because they see where this industry is going.
Yep.
And they would rather watch this entire thing collapse and burn and rebuild it all over again than being dragged down this same road even further.
Because if the industry did collapse, we have so many indie games and other games out there. You could be playing games for years. I have a backlog of games. I'm like, I don't even care if there was 10-year gap of no games coming out, to be honest. And I would still have plenty of games in my backlog I'm still playing. It's insane, you know? Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's not a big deal. And that's why I understand those people who are saying, oh, I just want this industry to just fall apart. I get you. I get you. Can it be saved? Yes, it can be. But I feel like we need to put our limitations a bit down, especially with the money. The money needs to go down a bit. It doesn't have to go up. It has to go down. And we need to go back to just the basics again, the basics of what we did back then when we did the gaming thing. Now it's just, it's not the same.
How can anybody be surprised with how players act today? yeah, they're more hostile than ever, but the industry itself is more hostile than ever.
That's true,
We have
too.
more gambling psychology pumped into these games to the point that even Vegas would start blushing. Ownership is starting to vanish. We have microtransactions that have infested nearly every single experience. Slop just keeps getting served to the players, and we're expected to pay for it. Prices keep going up. We're done with it. They're not going to eat the slop anymore.
Yep.
They're going to make you eat the slop like you deserve. I think what a lot of people fail to realize is they really love their video games.
Yep.
They are very passionate about this hobby. This is the way that they escape. This is the way that they get away from a lot of the problems that plague them in life that now are starting to plague them in games. And that's just not going to work.
That is the biggest thing. I don't want my fantasy character sitting down and talking about I'm non-binary, what they're doing in real life, which is just a fake gender. But I don't want to hear that in a fantasy game that this person is non-binary. Please take that out. I don't want that shit in there. No one wants to hear that. It's just a fantasy game. Let's just be real. We don't need to hear real terms in real life. Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
People make a lot of friends, meet up and hang out with a lot of the friends. I mean, a couple of guys that I know still to this day are people that I played Modern Warfare 1 with way back in the day.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of people right now that are just not happy with the direction that the games industry is.
Yeah, Paul Gaming's the same. I bring it up. He and me are almost in the same point of how we see things with when we were doing the After Dark special, which I want to bring back. He said the same thing. Like, he understands how this is going, and he said gaming is not what it used to be. He even said that too. Something's just missing. And I was like, I can boil it down to many factors, but not today, because there's so much things that has problems. And what is missing? Because, yeah, games are not as good as they used to be. It's not because of nostalgia, kind of, like glasses on, nostalgia glasses, where I'm just like, the games were better because I'm older. It's not that at all. It just were a bit better. I don't know. It was better, but what is better now that I enjoy in newer games actually is mechanics where you can save at areas you want, But now there's auto saves, which is, again, could be a hit or miss. If it's auto saving constantly, that's kind of annoying. But I like it that there's more save factors now than what we had back then, where we had to replay things over and over. I'm okay with that. Now, if you have a toggle, you can toggle that off. That's fine too. I like that option. And I like some other options they do in games that make it a little bit more accessible, meaning it has more things better for other people to do. Doesn't mean the game needs to be dumbed down, but it has more things you can do, more options. I like the options for it, accessibility and different things you can do. Than what we did back in the day. That's the only thing I like new. Besides that, some of the games here and there, you have some hidden gems and good stuff here and there. But most of it, I still go back and play some old games, to be honest. Like, I've been playing some older games even now. Some new games, mostly live service new games now too, but I've been playing also some story games. I just played recently Resident Evil 6, which is probably the worst Resident Evil game, but I'm playing with my brother right now, and we're having a blast in areas. I'm not saying fully we like the game, but we are still having a fun time together playing Resident Evil 6 because it's a co-op game. We beat Resident Evil 5 co-op. Now we're doing Resident Evil 6. So that's what we're doing. We're almost done with it too. So yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a shitty game. It's probably the worst Resident Evil, but it is fun cooperatively with a friend. So, or siblings, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I still go back and play, and that's like from 2013, So yeah, there's some games people haven't played and still going back and playing. Retro is going up.
Going in, and they're showing how unhappy they are right now. Now, I'm going to say, I make these videos purely out of selfishness. It's because I want games to get better for me, because I want to play better games. I want more games.
I kind of agree. Yes, I want games to be better. That's why I also say I want movies, TV shows, games to get better. So it's better if we put it out there and things you like to do and see. Yeah, he's right about that in some way. I could see that, yes. It is a little selfish in some ways, but some people have the money and they're sick and tired of this, so they actually do their own thing and do their own projects. So they start their own IPs. You know, with like the Rippaverse, with the comic books he makes, with Rippasen. He started that because he was done with Marvel and DC, and he's like, we need more competition, so I'll just do my own comic. And he's making like ridiculous amount, and he's doing it well too. So, yeah, a lot of people are doing their own things, starting their new franchises, their IPs, and it's working out pretty good. Not everyone can accomplish it, but when they have it, we also had that with Markiplier with what is that movie we're talking about? Iron Lung. It was really profitable for him, so he's making more movies now because of that. So yeah, it is done. Like there's gonna be like a bronze, silver age of creators out there, independent, that will be bringing these IPs, new IPs, to hold, because the old IPs have been infiltrated by tourists and they've been tainted. So now we have to create newer IPs, which sucks because I like a lot of the older IPs too. It's nice to have variety, I would say, but it is very difficult for sure.
Games that are made for me, and I am so lucky, insanely lucky, that I get the amount of support that I get from my audience and from a bunch of other people on YouTube. That, you know, there's a lot of people that resonate with the messages that I have, with the discussions that I have, with the opinions that I have, which goes to show that there's a lot of people that are out there that feel the exact same way that I do. And that does not mean anything good for the games industry. I'm going to tell you that right now, because I am not a very happy customer. You have to confront that. You have to figure out a way to be able to harness that. I know that that's possible. You can use that to make better games. Tools have never been more available.
First things first, let censorship stop. I think that's another big one besides microtransactions and remakes, remasters, and all this. Stop the censorship. Stop censoring things that were okay back then. Now it's not okay. We got to stop that right now. That's also a priority for sure. We got to stop that.
Knowledge has never been more available. And the ability to get feedback and connect with customers and get a pulse on culture has never been easier to do. It is just a click away. All you have to do is just listen and make better games. All you have to do is just put in the effort to understand and make better games.
Yes.
If we can get away from this self-absorbed games if we can get away from this self-absorbed games industry that we have been infested by for so long, where people want to have their cake and eat it too, where they think that they can just do whatever they want and that players are going to show up and pay for it. I'm sorry, that's just not how this works. I mean, look at the tens of thousands of indie games that don't get purchased every single year. Most of these guys don't even make the $100 licensing fee to get put onto Steam.
Yep.
You have to understand that people are not going to show up for everything. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully people understand why people hate video games or why people are so mad at the games industry right now. I really do hope this message gets through. If you guys enjoyed this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, share it on social media. Definitely share it on social media. Share it
Check
on
this
all
out, guys. I'm
the
going to give them a
medias.
like.
Make
Hell
them
yeah,
know.
guys. This was
Let
a
'em know.
banger-ass video. I'm sick of being blamed for failed games. Again, legendary drops.
Subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below.
Hell yeah, guys.
And I will catch you guys in the next one. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter. Stay cool, stay righteous, stay safe. Peace.
Pretty good, guys. Great video. Definitely check it out, guys. Legendary drops. And I gave a like because it was a banger-ass video. Pretty good, guys. All right. That's pretty much it. Highguard in a nutshell, and just the gaming industry in a nutshell, too. So we had a lot of different topics today. A lot of here that happened. And we're going for pretty long now. Let's see. Yeah, I've overdone the time for sure. So I'm going to end it here, guys. Thank you, everyone, again, for lurking, watching, maybe even watching in the future. All those. Thank you, guys, again, all of you guys. Again, like, sub if you are new here, please. I'd appreciate it. It'll help me with the algorithm itself, everything like that. I'll try to do something else this weekend if I can. I always try to promise things and they don't work out. And that's why I say put your expectations low sometimes, because some things happen here and there and I forget, or something happens where I am really busy at the moment. So, yeah, this is a long video or long live stream itself. I'm going to try to give you timestamps for everything so you guys can get caught up and everything. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much again. And I'm going to end this off. Have a good week, all. Or weekend. I'll be back on another day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.
Are you not entertained?